Does Basil have a teleportation circle to there by chance?
No, he doesn't have any teleportation circles of his own. He has a membership to this place called like the Sapphire, the Sapphire Sanctum in the city, which can they're basically like a teleportation hub. You can, if you want to, speak with them as well for a teleportation service to Arncarel in Marquette. They would ask you basically for 100 gold fee to teleport back and forth, but it is, instantaneous.
You know what? I'll give them 100 gold. Is that 100 gold there?
They
and
do
100
ask
gold
you
back?
if you're interested, if you want a yearly subscription of 2,000 gold, and you can just show up anytime you want and use it anytime you want.
It's tempting. I see I have like 5,000 platinum.
Gold, I think, but yes.
Yeah, sorry, like 586 36 platinum.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, I'll play.
And they
pay
just give
the,
you that. They have to tell you that. They're being cameraed, right? They have to offer
Yeah.
you it no matter what.
I'll just pay the 200 so that I can do the teleport there and the teleport
back and forth. Okay, bam. In a snap, you appear in a beautiful room somewhere within the Jewel of the Desert. You exit and look up across this vast balcony, and you see the Rumadam Desert up ahead, the tall dunes moving about, the crystalline palaces of the beautiful Jewel of Hope, as the city itself is known, or Jewel of Marquette, as some know it. You exit, begin to sort of walk on about. You see the hands forward moving around, the guards of the city, many different locations across the city that you've seen and visited before. So what is it that you're here for? First of all, what would you like to do? I'll tell you right away. You'll spend probably a little bit of time searching, but you do not find any trace or mention of your brother. Apparently, Jorman never made it here.
Well, fuck. Roxy, did you kill my brother?
I'm not there. And I would not even answer that if I did.
Oh, bitch.
There's just, it doesn't mean necessarily something horrible has happened, but no one has seen him. You give some description, right? Tall, broad-shouldered, long, shoulder hands. No one's seen him. No one's seen that kind of individual around. So everyone's just sort of we don't know.
All right.
With that, you make your way, I think, over to the Cerulean Palace, yes?
Yeah, because that's going to go so great for me.
Yeah, so you know that due to some past events, it might not be the wisest decision to just walk up and let the guards stare at you, thinking if they've seen that face before. So how do you go about this?
I literally walk up to the palace, not caring about it.
Okay. You walk up. There is a group.
Whole assholeness, just go on about it.
Also here in the Art Taldore, some cool images, some community and official sort of images of Ankarel and of the deserts of Marquette itself.
It really
lovely,
is a beautiful
place. Most of the buildings are sandstone with the flat style roofs. The city is walled. It is a beautiful city. Many, many people live in this city. Non-stop traffic, airborne, as well as skyships fly above, and the streets are filled with all kinds of individuals of all kinds of walks of life. As you walk up to the Grand Palace there, you see the guards there, the Hands of Ord, begin to sort of approach. Of course, called the Hands of Ord because of the leader of the city, the ever so mysterious and ever so beautiful Jaman Saord. As you sort of walk on up, you see two of these guards in royal armor wearing long sashes of sort of like purples and blues across them, helmets, and a lot of their armor is very much so like flexible, meant for movement, and also you don't want to wear a big armor in the sun all day. You see they look to you, say, "Hold there, friend. Nobody goes in without invitation or purpose of being here. What is yours?"
I have a reason enough. I'm here to see Samira.
They sort of look amongst each other. Samira is a great esteemed warrior and hunter of the court here. What is the purpose of your visit?
Conjugal?
They sort of stare at you for some time, look at each other. Wait just a moment. One of them is just sort of like staring at you the whole time, like, fucking, do I know this? Just sort of staring at you while the other one sort of walks on off. You see in the gardens here people that are sort of walking about, many of the servants that are walking about and such as, I think some moments later you are made to wait a few minutes there, and, yeah, Samira, Emily, unless you think Samira would have some, like, business or would be on a mission elsewhere or something like that right now. We cut over, she's in Ilmad. She's like, I came to tell you guys something. No, I was gonna say, unless you think there's something that she would be doing elsewhere or something.
No,
I think
she's probably in
shows up.
trouble with Dramon, so she's probably still at the palace.
Grounded.
You've returned to your sort of guardly duties. Here you work as basically sort of like a guard captain, right, of a sort. You have your own little like ranger troop, and you guys often go out into the dunes of Marquette doing all kinds of monster hunts, investigations, protections of the peoples of the desert and such. But due to your recent close encounter with a terrorist group known as the Red Path, which you were instructed not to do, you were put to a sort of like a desk duty for the last like month and a half, maybe two almost, right? So life has been good, if not a little boring, right? There is purpose, of course, in paperwork. Somebody has to do it, right? You've been a lot of like court hearings and stuff like that. A lot of like city arrests and stuff like that, which definitely feels like a downgrade after seeing a city get attacked by like an army of goblin monsters and all kinds of stuff. But hey, this is how it goes. So I think when we see Samira next, usually we see her in like, you know, her like badass armor, the weapon on the back or anything. Is she wearing some sort of a different apparel here in the palace, or is she fully like, you know?
I mean, she would still be professional. She'd be wearing probably like the traditional Marquette, like I'm trying to think, like I would say it'd be like more princely. She wouldn't be wearing anything feminine. It would be very like suit like, but it would be in that desert style with like the very colorful silks and embroidery, and be that with like all of the gemstones and accoutrements that come with it, the sharp shoulders with the I'm trying to think of like Aladdin is probably the best way I can describe it. Like
How
think of, like,
Jafar of you?
yeah, how harem pants, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You stride on out as apparently someone's looking for you. You see they're waiting in the. By the way, Sky, they don't let you like into the palace. Like, please wait in the garden, right? And you just sort of sit there in the garden, looking around. Next to it's like a beautiful fountain nearby of what looks to be this tall, immaculate figure holding a vase, one of those two, and water is infinitely sort of like pouring out of it, and such as some of those sort of like individuals walking by tending to it. There's a whole hedge maze with like sort of like sculpture. They're not sculptures, but they're like carved and cut pieces of the hedge maze that look like all kinds of like fantastical beings and Jaman himself. Or it's always sort of odd to you whenever you saw these depictions and sort of appearances of this Jaman sword leader. It's always very like, I don't know, nondescript. They always look like a default handsome person number 3, right? There's nothing ever like super specific about them that you see other than sort of the posture of pride and the sense of like a being that is deeply proud to be one of these people of Marquette, right? So, as you're sort of observing these and you're seeing some of the workers going by kind of clearing these up and making everything sort of unique and beautiful, you see walking up behind you is Samira. As I'm not going to be DM PCing your old character here unless you want me to, Emily, but I assume
No, I
you're
can
going
play
to
her.
want to take the reins. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you guys see each other. Go right
Oh,
ahead.
look, well, you're not dead, so it's nice to see you.
Takes quite a bit to kill me, actually. You know, a lot of people have tried and still here.
Well, I'd say it's good to see you, but I'm not really. Last time I didn't see you, I found a bunch of blood and bullets and. What happened?
That is a very well, I would say it's a long and complex story, but it ain't. Truth is, I fucked up and I got myself caught. When we were all there in the marketplace, I was
Well, obviously you got yourself caught because you weren't there.
I know. Look, oh shit. They my red path. They got me, and it took a little bit of doing, but I finally got out.
Well, that's good. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there, but unfortunately, after the brush with the red path, I was summoned back here, and as you can see, she motions to herself and like the attire she's wearing. I've been assigned a more appropriate duty for those who don't listen.
Wait, so you telling me Daddy got angry and you got grounded?
Something of that matter. Yes, manner.
No. Well, I wish I could say that this was all just me making good on my promise, but I unfortunately came hoping I could maybe get a little bit of information. I'm looking for someone that should have made their way through here, but my best efforts to uncover that have not yet been fruitful.
Oh,
And
so you're telling me you came all this way not to say hi to me and you just came for information?
I mean, it's like a little bit of column A, column B. If I'm
Two guards that were
honest.
nearby, like move back a little bit, like give you guys some space.
As I told your friends over there, it was in fact a conjugal visit, but they didn't seem to believe me.
Sort of
Oh,
stare
of
at each
course
of
not.
your
I'm
hands.
Samira Saord. Who are you?
You know me, I just Sky. I ain't no one important. But
You cannot blame them.
I mean, it's fair enough. But yeah, there is a it's like I guess like 75-30 really, or 75-25. I can math. Mostly here to say hi, but also hoping that you might be able to answer something. And she'll give like a rough description of like Jorman to her.
Would
I
I
don't.
recognize I would
You know
recognize
exactly. I
him
mean,
by
come on. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was there when I saw him go through a portal.
the not the head, but someone who's deeply in like the security of the palace. You're like, hold on, right?
Well, I saw him when I first showed up.
Also, yes, also that, absolutely. As you like, she's listing things, right? And is Sky trying to be like a little like obfuscating of like who this actually is, or just like because I think the more you describe, right, the more Samira's like, okay, hold on, right, to realizing.
She's trying to, but like when she's flustered, she's a little easy to read.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who you're describing? You're describing a member of the Red Path, right? This, I think you called him Jorman once.
yeah, that would be the
Why
one.
didn't you just say that? You're wasting my time. And she just smiles.
I talk a lot if you haven't noticed. But yeah, so tracking him down, he should have come through here, but so far no one has seen him, and I was wondering if maybe you and your folk, and she kind of gestures towards some of the guards,
Oh,
might
maybe we've
have
seen him.
scooped
That
him
sounds
up.
like good news to me. Have I heard anything, Jay?
No, actually, which is maybe not surprising at all, because you're like, yeah, he's one of the fucking terrorists. He's out there doing all the kinds of stuff. Presumably, he's still at it. Like the party hasn't checked in with you to tell you, like, hey, yo, by the way, they fucking
Yeah, I
the
have
whole
no
thing in
idea that happened,
Singorn
yeah.
happened, right? Yeah. So you're thinking to yourself, like, no, we've kept close eye on everything. There's been no mentions of Red Path activity in Marquette. There was only thing that you've heard of is that some of your informants and scouts overheard there is a small village of some sort hidden somewhere along Marquette somewhere that might have been some sort of an origin place or location that they are familiar with this like terrorist group. But that's about all that you've newly found out.
I mean, no. If there was anything to hear, I definitely would have heard it. Especially considering the high alert with everything going on recently, using portals. Everybody's vetted as soon as they come through, and unfortunately for this Jormund, or I suppose fortunately for us, he is one of the highly identified members of the Red Path. He would have been picked off right away. Anyone who looks like him, vaguely looks like him, is picked up right away for questioning. So, that being said, the only thing recently that we have uncovered is an area that the Red Path utilized before, perhaps in the conception of their organization. Not anything recently, but we've combed through it, investigated it. It doesn't seem to be an active location.
When was the last time you checked it?
We'll say like a month ago, a little more probably.
About a moon ago. Do you think that this Jormund would have used a portal? They were using portals quite a lot back then.
They were. I am. If I'm entirely honest with you, he's probably traveling by airship.
Well, when did he leave? I can have the guard sent there right away to make sure that the port is guarded.
2-ish or so weeks ago, if I'm recalling right.
Oh, he would have already arrived. I need to get. She's like snapping for the guards, like.
They run up immediately, Captain.
She's like holds up a hand to halt, and she like looks at Sky and is like,
What?
"Yes."
Nothing. Just you do you, Captain.
See the two like elite guards run up, like, Miss Ord.
She's gonna just begin telling them we're going to need to guard the ports. The Red Path member Jormund might be coming through the sky ports.
You see them sort of look wide-eyed immediately as say, the Spellblade Bulwark is back. We will prepare for him this time. And they run off. You see one guy grabbing a whistle and like running into the barracks. They send a bunch of people down to the port to look for anyone that looks that way. There's some poor unlucky drunken bastard who slightly looks like him who's gonna get brought in. It's not him though.
That was not at all what I expected to happen. So.
Oh, what were you expecting me to give him a hug when he arrived? He fucking blasted the hole into the side of this palace.
Yeah. That's a thing that happened twice, if I recall.
I wasn't here for the first time.
Must have been spectacular. Anyways, so that's good. Nice to see your security is high and tight. I get my second question. What did they take from Vault? That's a bit more crucial and highly important with some of the stuff we've learned about them.
You're asking me to divulge the secrets of the swords for free.
I mean, not taking on a date if it helps.
You already promised me a date before this.
Yeah, but now you get two.
When are you going to have time for this? Because apparently you're still hunting down this Jormund.
Yeah, I'm here for like a month.
Oh,
Yeah,
well then why
see,
are you in a rush for all this information?
well, I've got. So while I am here for a month, I have a couple things I have to do. One, I promised, and I doubt she will remember this, because it. I told Roxy I'd bring her a bottle of wine. I told her a while
Wow.
back, so I gotta get her one of those.
Like just from
And-
here, or does she want something like the top vent? Because I mean, look at, and she just motions to the palace behind her. Like, what does she want?
Well, that's really easy. I was gonna go spring for something really nice, but you know, if you got something really nice in there on hand, I'll take that too.
Do I have anything really nice on hand?
Yeah, you know what? I'm entirely up on how you keep this fucking palace stocked from top to bottom. You know, it's
I
right
mean,
up
that's
there
not
on
my
my.
job. I work with the guards and the scouts. I don't have supply.
He wants a bottle of dead Jorman. You know, I don't think they have that vintage.
Dia Jormand. I think we've got the bottle of that.
There's your man. It sounded really exotic and like my dead brother, so I brought this for you. But the second one is I do intend to take a trip out to that little village you found.
I mean, I could use a trip outside of this palace. It's beautiful as it is. If you'd like a hand.
You know what? If Daddy's willing to let you leave, I'm willing to take you along.
Jury's still out on that one, but I can try.
Would it help if I asked? Real nice. I am pretty persuasive.
Above table? No.
No, I
That is
know.
a bad idea.
Probably, but as you are well aware, I am full of bad ideas. Well, so the list of things I have to do is apparently 1, take you on a date that was promised, and 2, venture out into the fucking desert with you on the weirdest second date I think I will have ever been on.
And then ask me for very expensive wine that will probably cost an entire year's salary for you.
How little do you think I make?
I mean,
Don't
enough
answer
that we all had to pay for your gun, so.
Ah, right. You know what? Fuck you. And I pull into my coin bag and I hand her what I owe her.
Gotcha.
Oh, you wanted her breastplate. Now you're paying her for the gun?
Well, I did actually owe you for the gun.
We said we all just chipped in. We didn't tell you owed us.
Yeah, well, you know what? That little comment got a payback. So yeah, that squares that up. But
She just looks at it like, oh, yeah.
the
Cool.
other thing is, I do need that information on what was taken. That is the decidedly more crucial thing to figuring out a larger piece of the puzzle we are.
Oh, you
after.
said you're here for a month, so I don't think that's information that needs to be given out right away.
Look, as long as it's within like the next few weeks, I'm fine with whatever.
Sometime through the month, at some point, you can let her know, Samira, that a few things were stolen. Although your suspicion, as well as some of the other sort of like officials of the government here and the guard and the law, are that a lot of them were sort of like red herrings taken just to seem like this was like a broader robbery, like an attack, right? But one particular item that was stolen, that was taken. Well, two of interest, right? One was this like set of these like ancient scales, like scales, right? That you like measure stuff on. Like the middle part of the scales that was like in the collection that presumably had some sort of a purpose embedded with the symbols of the lawbearer, the goddess Erathis. Ancient artifact that was a piece of something from before. They were thinking it was that for a very long time, but the main suspicion, what the governing force of Ankarel is thinking that the reason of the attack was a particular Ioun stone. A singular Ioun stone called the Mastery Stone, which is one of the, if not the, rarest kinds of Ioun stones.
All connected.
All connected.
I'll
That
type
would.
that out, but yes. And you can decide if you let her know and if at what point.
No, she should tell her. She's just being pulling her leg.
Fair.
Which, by the way, what this Mastery Stone, what it does, the reason it's so like above and beyond most others, a lot of people know about Ioun stones. You have a thing hovering above your head and gives you +2 to dexterity. Neat, right? It's pretty nifty and enhances you magically in different kinds of ways. This one makes you better in every single way. It makes you more powerful, more faster. It makes you more understanding of magic, more able to use whatever tools you have in your hand. It improves you in every single way. Mechanically, what it does, it increases your proficiency bonus by 1. It's like the only magical item in existence that does that. Which what basically that means in the lore of the world is like it increases your understanding and quality of everything you do by a what is basically a substantial amount.
It's a whole ass other level bracket.
It makes you a master at every craft, right?
That's alarming.
Well, yes. They broke into the palace. That should be alarming itself.
They did it before. Not that big of a deal.
I know, apparently you're not letting me live that down that they did it before.
I mean, it's not like I'm holding it against you. You weren't here for it. And, I mean, they are who they are. So, you know. Fuck. It's just... It happened before. They open portals anywhere. Are you surprised?
Yeah, but the way you say it, oh, it happened before, it happened twice. Oh, third time's the charm. It's going to happen again.
I mean, it could.
This happened like the 20th day on like the second day, right? You guys sitting on a dune somewhere overlooking a beautiful sunset or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like, damn
it. Pretty much. So yeah, then the next little bit, you know, if you're up for it tomorrow, set out across the desert.
If I have permission from Daddy Ord, yes.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh,
I don't
shit,
think you have the character
I
sheet.
don't think I have a sheet,
your
but she's really good at those.
Bonus was a +10, if I remember correctly. So roll me a d20 out of 10. Because you are sort of not grounded necessarily, but you're professionally grounded, I guess. 20 is pretty good to be like, all right, you've done your due diligence serving the people of Ankarel here. Go, have your own time here, but this is only for a vacation, a break type of thing. You're gonna be back in your office by the end of the month.
Totally a vacation break, and definitely not hunting the people you're supposed to stay away from.
Excellent. So you guys are able to set out into the desert and such. Anything else, Sky? You are after while out here in Marquette, having learned some information here and spent a lot of, I'll leave it up to you guys, quality time amongst themselves.
The only other thing is, I do want to check that village, so that's kind of like the whole part of the absconding out into the desert, is to get eyes on it and see if he instead made it back there.
You find a place of origin, in a sense, kind of, for you, Sky. However, by the time you walk on in there, you see almost no familiar faces. Some people that were like part of the village there are still around, but most of the younger folk and such, middle-aged folk and such, have all moved away or disappeared. Even. A lot of like nomadic individuals have moved in, and there's this strange sense of like a nearly abandoned Western style town. Bunch of tumbleweeds rolling on by, the saloon that is right there, the few buildings that are around and such. And you looking on about do not encounter any individuals that you are very much so familiar with. It's as if they either just like uprooted or left, or something happened after the event of Sky losing her magic, and something awful, something nefarious must have happened here. You feel like a faded memory coming back to you of walking back into this place almost every day, into the saloon, its doors swinging open, that musty smell of alcohol and sweet sort of alcoholic kind of encrusted tables, the scent of pungent drinks and food being prepared, and a sense of community that was here is now just filled with a bunch of unfamiliar random faces left about here. You kind of move on about, and you can't shake this feeling of something happened here. Something happened here after I lost everything, and you can't shake it.
Was it like this when you guys found it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, from what I remember, yeah. I've got a good memory.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go into the old sort of saloon real quick.
Mm-hmm.
See if anybody pokes her head in and see if anybody's actually in there.
Sort of look on about. You don't recognize individuals inside. There is a room in the back that you know. There's a bottle you remove and a door opens. You head on back there, inspect a hallway that leads into a room for special purposes. You walk on into your old training room, and it is covered in dust and cobwebs. This place was seemingly fully abandoned. However, on the ground, in the training room, where your teacher, I suppose, was, you find a circular teleportation symbol on the ground. It's been unused for some time now, but it most certainly must lead to where they move next. If only you had your magic to tap into it.
Well, shit.
You know, we could really use Casimir here right now. It's unfortunate you came alone.
Yeah, we all sort of took some time away from each other to look for some stuff and tend to our own affairs.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, we should have brought the mage with us.
Yeah. You know what? That's not a bad idea, actually. You can do that thing where you talk to people in their fucking head, right?
What?
I don't know. What? You talk to someone in their head long distance.
I don't know what you think I am, but it is not that. I mean, I talk to someone in my head, but they're a deva. They're not someone in the
Oh.
city.
That's right. That's right. I thought you knew. I think Cass said it's Sindon or something.
Samira, you're a
I have this
mage. Do the sending.
earring.
Like, Samira, you're a mage. Do the sending thing. You're like, what? No, I'm not.
I thought you. All right, look. I saw you do
Wow,
some
and we
magic
spent all
once.
those weeks together, and you don't even know I'm not a mage. I'm a ranger.
We spent all those weeks apart. I forgot.
You. What else did you forget? You forget what god? I'm the anathema.
No,
for?
well, I remember that. You know, it's like exact polar opposite of me, sort of. Okay.
If you want to, while you're here, Sky, you can roll me a Arcana roll to see if you can best transcribe the arcane glyph left on the ground.
Can I trace it with some paper and take it to cast? Like,
I'll
buddy,
give you advantage, but you, as a previous mage of sorts, know that a lot of arcane rune writing is sometimes hidden or inscribed in invisible inks and such, or unseen to the naked eye. So I'll give you advantage here on the roll, but it doesn't mean automatically you'll get the full tracing of it. Okay, yeah. 15, it's a solid roll here, absolutely. You mark down to the best of your abilities the arcane symbol, and realize, like, all right, put that away for now. Casimir or some mage that you guys know might have a better idea of what, where, or how this leads to.
well,
Okay.
that's a lot more than I had anticipated getting out of here. So that's
What
good.
were you anticipating of getting out of here?
Well, I was hoping to find Jorman, but I see that it's not going to be
Kill
the
him.
case.
Yes.
Yes, to kill
Looking
him.
around, shifty eyes.
Exactly.
Well, I would have helped you.
You know, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you would not have helped me. I
To
mean, that
kill
you
him?
would have helped. No, you know what I fucking mean.
I'm very confused right now.
I have that effect on people.
Oh, and you talk in circles and say nothing at all, yes. You'd make a good
No.
politician.
Funny you say that. Another time in another life. Anyways, you said there were some people sitting outside, like
Yeah,
in,
there's some
like
people like in
tavern?
the saloon and such. Some people just like outside tending to either like their horses or camels and such.
I'm gonna go back out into the saloon proper and go to the. I'm assuming there's a bartender, or at least
Yeah.
I'll just kind of like knock on the bar real quick to get their attention. Hey,
They sort of look on over. You see the sort of taller-looking, kind of tattooed Goliath man. Kind of looks over and says, "Hello, miss. How may I help?"
how long you lived here?
How long? A few months now, I suppose.
Anybody here that's lived here for several years, or has everybody left?
The place was mostly abandoned here. It was quite a find by the sort of travelers of the desert. Here, they spotted the spot and no one was here, so a lot of people sort of moved on in. I don't believe there's many folk from sort of before. Oh, there's this old guy, Arnold, something like that. He's a blind fellow, a homeless guy, lives down the street. Stays in a box. We sometimes give him food.
Arnold.
Something like that.
Which direction down the street?
He just sort of walks outside and points, shows you a direction. Right down there, huh?
And he lives
mind,
in a box.
Yeah, he's poor old bastard. He's something fierce happened to him. Doesn't have a tongue. His eyes are missing. Real mutilated.
Great. All right. Got anything to take to him?
Right down there. It's a pretty small spot. Right there. I have to get back to work, but he basically like points out exactly like one of the alleyways.
All right. Thank you.
Right. Well, Have a good day, miss. And he heads on back. He walks past you, like, like, nice talking to you. And he sees Samira. I was like, oh my goodness. And, like, salute, like, bows deeply and, like, walks past. As you guys head on over. Sky, you walk into this alleyway with exact idea of who you know you're thinking about here, who this is, right? Hand on your hip, on your gun. You walk into this alleyway, and we sort of stay on you. We see here as you slowly kind of, Sky, I don't know if she would remove her hand from her holster there, but you see in this alleyway a shadow of a person you once knew. You see an older man at this point in his, like, 60s or something like that. Graying hair sort of balding on top and such. Scars across his entire face and body. 2 empty sockets where his eyes used to be. His ears have been torn off of his body. His lips have been badly mangled, and his tongue is missing every time he goes to breathe in. His nose is fractured to one side, and he looks brutalized. You see Armand, the man who trained you, who helped you grow up, a adoptive, almost father figure. And he's just on the sort of leaning across the building, kind of like, like an eyeless, sitting there in the corner, just kind of like mouth open, just slowly moving, he's breathing, but he seems almost comatose.
Stand there and stare at him for a very, very, very long moment.
I think, like, after, like, a minute or something, he, like, starts to look around as if he, like, heard something or sensed someone nearby, but then slowly kind of disregards it and goes back into that kind of almost like shell-shocked state.
Mira, you got your water with you?
What kind of person goes into the desert without water?
Rhetorical question. Just give me your canteen.
How fast is it?
You have as a captain of the guard, you have a canteen of infinite water. It just keeps coming out, right?
Just keeps pouring.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna take that. She's gonna approach him, and probably it's like the little jingle on, like, the spurs on her boots, kind of like gives her away a little bit.
He stirs and jumps a little bit and kind of aimlessly looks around the space.
Hey, old man.
You see his eyebrows sort of go up for a moment. He begins to sort of look around. His hands begin to sort of like reach for the space around him, and you hear him through a torn tongue go, and he's trying to speak and like looking around.
Yeah, you've seen better days, haven't you?
He is like looking around, panicked and freaked out, and sort of confused about everything that is going on. And you see, little blood begins to pour out the edges of his eyes, where tears usually would, as he's just sort of looking around, stunned and confused.
Would you like me to try and heal him for you? I have a little bit of healing I could use.
If you think it would work, that would be appreciated.
I have my Asimera powers of light. Can I?
Do you have Asimar powers of restoring missing limbs?
Oh, no, I just meant to help him talk.
Oh, gotcha. His tongue is missing.
Oh, it's completely missing? I thought it was just
it's fully torn out of his mouth. Like, you can see it, it's sort of like, like he wasn't a clean cut.
Never mind.
Yeah, as you realize, like, healing cool, but not that cool here.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand him up the canteen and, like, put it into his hands. You should probably drink something. You look like you haven't had that in a while.
Takes some of the drink immediately and kind of looks up in the direction where he's like hearing the voice. And he's just mumbling. He's just saying things that like you can't understand. You realize, like, if you had like telepathy abilities to communicate, maybe that would help, but he can't communicate to you. There's like
If
mumbled
only I was
words.
Alcina right now, I could read his mind.
If only.
If
Oh, you know, maybe I should use my mind tricks because I have those apparently.
bet you think you're so funny, huh? Alright, look.
Apparently, you think I'm pretty amazing, so.
As he's like trying to
Okay.
mumble and talk to you guys this whole time, both of you make me an insight roll. Looking at
Yeah.
I think your old stats, +6 to you there.
16.
Okay. Okay. You rolled a d12. You use a
11.
d20
Oh, I
kind
rolled
of
a
game.
d12. Whoops.
Emily, please, man.
Wait.
Come on. There we
It's
go.
gonna be a 20.
All right. Good shit. Sky, you're having a hard time understanding what he's trying to sort of emote and say, but Samira, you get a sense of him. He's trying to say something about Red Path and something about the prince. The prince.
What about the prince? She like crouches down in front of him.
He's shaking his head and trying to mumble something through tortured words, half words. You understand him saying like something along the lines of like, "It didn't go how we thought. They too high of a price." And he's trying to like find Sky in the space as if to gesture to her.
So Samira doesn't relay this yet. She listens.
Mhm.
Do you know this man?
I do.
And who is he?
My father.
Samira stands up. She very pensive, drawn expression on her face. And your father was a member of the Red Path?
He was.
And what does that make you?
Just kind of sits there for a moment, staring at him and like everything that's happened to him. She holds up a hand with 2 fingers.
So you must think yourself rather clever then, huh?
Not really. I've been able to run from a lot of things. Get away from every other bad situation I've ever encountered. Except this one.
When I imagine Sky is just looking at this old man this whole time rather than looking to Samira during this conversation, but side profile style, kind of like looking at her at the moment. What do we see on Sky's face after seeing all this stuff? Is it hardened and emotionless? Do we see her as well, maybe like welling up? Does she like looking at this man, obviously in a miserable state, right? Like, what does Samira see on her face?
Pained. It thinking back and like lost in like what the good was and remorseful of everything it turned out to be. No tears though. She's kind of done crying.
Mm.
Well, did
Yeah.
you get the answers that you were seeking for? From what he is saying, that the price that the Red Prince had wanted was too steep, he gestured to you. Whatever that means.
He's still trying to like talk, and Samira, you're sort of understanding and trying to say like the others. The others don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was
And
me.
something about the others not knowing? I'm assuming this price?
Yeah, that lines up with what I've heard. they were supposed to kill me, and it didn't take somehow. But everything that I was taken. Magic I had, that little bit of me that made me like you, gone.
Well, perhaps considering who you treated with, it's gone for a good reason.
Yeah, think about that a lot. Anyways, I didn't expect to find him here. I figured he is either long dead or with them, not butchered and mutilated and left here to wither away.
Well, I'd say I'd have a bit of sympathy, but knowing what the Red Path has done and the others they've left in their wake of devastation, I can't say I have much of it.
Nah, don't fault you on that one. Not one bit. She's gonna reach out a hand to him and like take his. You
Yeah.
you want to get out of here?
To him or to Samira?
To him.
He's just like talking nonstop. You can't understand none of it, and he just like holds your hand and just kind of tries to hold it, but he's extremely like withered away and can barely stand.
All right. Well, I guess this will be the last time I see you then. She kind of pulls him close and gives him a bit of a hug.
He's still trying to talk. You see bloody tears down the side of his face as he sort of falls back down and just saying something slowly, tired, like he can't speak anymore.
Like, I want you to know that I'm gonna find Ash and I'm gonna kill her.
He nods, just slowly.
And I will put a stop to all of it. There will be none of it left by the time I'm done with it.
He stops crying for a moment and grits his teeth and gives you one long sort of nod of the head. And you see him, you won't even understand it. He mouths the words, all of it.
All right.
Samira, you sort of understand him saying, sort of like trying to say at least, my kids did this to my kids. He, she, and he refers to it in two, like he and she, right? When did this to my kids. And again, like too much, the price too steep.
Yeah, we should go.
You're just going to leave him like that? Your father, and you're going to leave him suffering?
I want to take him with me, but I don't think I can.
So to starvation or the coyotes?
No. I'm gonna go back down there and I'm gonna pay that Goliath to take care of him. At least make his last years he has comfortable. I owe him that much for everything he did for me.
Sky, as you were hugging him for a moment, you notice something on him, much like you noticed on yourself before. His veins are blackened and sort of necrotized. Very similar thing that happened to you when you lost your own magic.
Yeah, she tattooed over hers.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Samara will see her. She like rubs her like forearms, like rings them a little bit.
Feel like an itch under your skin that you could never scratch.
Yeah.
You go over to the Goliath.
Mhm.
Strange silence, right, amongst the two. As you walk up to this guy, well, how much do you how much do you give him, right? He tells you like, well, we give him some food and such every day whenever he shows up. I feel bad for the poor bastard, but I mean, room and lodging and such. We only have so many rooms here. If you want him taken care of, I mean, I feel bad for even asking, but throw me 300 gold. I'll take care of him for the rest of his life. Make sure he has a spot here always. That's 10 years of rent easily.
She will. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, she'll put that down.
Yeah, he's sort of surprised at this, as a lot of sympathy for a sad old man like
He's
that.
my
I
father.
understand that. Oh,
Take care of him, and make sure he is treated with dignity. Clean him up, and
yeah,
I will
all right.
probably be sending a few things to you from elsewhere, as I can get my hands on them.
Okay. Just one question, Miss. What should we call him? What's his name?
Armand. His name is Armand.
Armand.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. Puts the money away. They bring him upstairs to one of the rooms and such, as he's just sort of looking over his shoulder where he thinks your direction is, as they carry him off. And you leave as you sort of exit the building there. Samira, you've been thinking, you've been doing a lot of thinking in the last few minutes, right? The implications here, what this means, what is going on here. You don't have the full picture here, but you guys have some time to travel here around Marquette and around Ankarel. Sky, do you basically tell her the whole story at that point? Because I'm sure Samira's going to have a lot of questions.
If she is inclined to listen, Sky will tell her the whole story, start to finish, from when she was knee high to the ground to the day that they tried to kill her. But basically killed
So
her.
she will listen, but she's very different from how she was before. Very closed off, pensive, arms crossed, not defensive, but like you could tell that she's not happy.
Yeah, I figured that might be the case. So, I will keep my promise to you, though, once all this is done.
Considering everything that's going on right now, as upset as I am, your gun being pointed in the direction of the Red Path and beyond is better use than in a prison cell inside of Alcarel.
I know, that's why. When it's all over, I will come back to square up what I did here.
Let your victories travel across the ocean first. People might change their minds.
What about you? Think it'll change your mind?
think it needs a little bit more time to think on it.
Fair enough. That does put a rub on this next question, though. So, if you slap me or say no, I completely understand. But as you are seemingly confined to your quarters and the palace for the foreseeable future, I was curious if I might be able to borrow that armor of yours.
You drop a literal fireball on my head.
Not
And you
the
want to
first
take
time,
my
actually,
armor
when you
too?
think about it. Well, I mean, you're not using it, and it will go towards stopping these people.
Yeah, what are you going to give me for it?
I would offer you a kiss, but I'm thinking that's not going to do payment right now.
Even if I wasn't angry at you, it wouldn't be enough. That is from his personal armory.
That I did not know. That makes this a little bit more awkward. More so than it already was. I don't know. What do you want for it?
Just like thinking about it. I want you to admit that tango is better than ballroom dancing. And flamenco.
Look, you're asking for an awful lot there, because I don't
Oh,
really
I don't
lie.
need gold. Do you see where I live? I don't need any gold.
This guy's like, whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right. Look, I will.
No, you admit it or you don't get the armor. Has to be
Look, can we? All right, look, I will admit that on one concession. One concession. You admit that opera is better than show tunes.
Well, what is your definition of show tunes?
You know,
Guys
like
begin
people
to, like,
that.
travel.
Hell no, it's not.
Show tunes to me is like Broadway. I don't
Yeah, you know,
understand.
it's like Broadway style. You know,
When did
singing.
I
It's
say I
big.
like-
It's.
when did I ever say I like show tunes?
I'm not saying that you ever did, okay? But I just need to hear from someone else that the opera is better. It's for my own personal being, and besides, I gotta be able to rub it in on Bella because I believe she actually really likes show tunes.
I mean, sure.
Or sorry, not Bella, Roxy.
I don't really care for show tunes, so I mean, not really opera either. It's kind of boring, but yes, I guess it's better than show tunes.
That felt really hollow. Not gonna lie, but all right, fine. Flamenco is better than ballroom dancing.
I think I suppose I could let you borrow my armor.
Mhm.
Awesome. You are an absolute treat.
I know.
All right.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry that I turned out to be an evil asshole this whole time.
Well, I mean, I already knew that you are one of those things, so the first part is not too much of a divergence.
What, evil or an asshole?
Yes.
I'll let you think on that one.
Excellent. Sky, you have now the windswept wyvern plate, a half-plate armor that, can sort of negate the disadvantage of stealth. And one time when you're falling, you can hold your breath as a reaction to featherfall. Not even one time, sorry. You could just do that. You just featherfall.
Perfect. I fall a lot. It's been an ongoing thing, so this will be very handy. Then with that, she'll say a very, I guess, like sorrowful goodbye, since there's a lot to think about there.
Yeah.
She does not give you a hug.
Oof.
Ooh, damn.
Oh man.
That's okay.
That's my girl.
I still had the memories from the rest of the time together.
Okay.
I will
Tricked me.
I will still shoot her a flirtatious little wink as I step into that teleportation circle.
Okay, excellent. So, okay. As Sky disappears and returns back to Taldore, we don't actually immediately see where she goes. Instead, we sort of linger on this scene of this room with Samira in it, and we feel we see the sort of candles evaporate for a moment. The light of them disappears. The shade of the of the desert sun outside begins to fade a little bit as we feel a presence in the room, an incredibly powerful presence in the room. As Samira, like we never get to see this person, but we see a silhouette of a tall, almost alien-like tall, lanky individual in the back, draped in finest silks, with a strange sort of elongated, almost face to them. As Samira, you feel Jaman's presence in the room, as he says, as they say. That one was one of them, correct?
Indeed.
And you believe that her intention of vengeance is true?
I think it was vengeance to begin with, but it's developed into something more. And the people that she is with, at least one of them is devoted to making sure the Red Path is killed. The others might be more aligned with her in figuring out what is going on. They do deserve justice. But I think having it meted out by one of their own is poetic in its own way.
Wise as always. Very well. I will trust your instincts on this. The only reason she wasn't shackled and manacled the moment she entered my city is because she asked for you.
Huh, more people should ask for me then.
So, you gave her your armor? And then we cut away from that.
Oh,
like,
God.
as
That
we
was a
cut
gift.
away. Yeah, exactly. Like, these Red Path people keep taking stuff from my treasury, and now you're giving it. As we jump on over to Iman again. I mean, I'll leave it up to you, Jess. Is there anything else you wanted to do during the downtime? Because of you teleporting, right? You saved a lot of time. It took you about, we'll say for sure, after teleporting 2 weeks at least of traveling throughout Marquette and coming back to Ankarel to teleport back to the old town. Where you grew up, finding that they have moved, copying that sigil down, finding Armand, all of that stuff, about 2 weeks. So you would have had, realistically, unless you wanted to spend more time with Samira, although I feel like after that whole situation would have been a little awkward and maybe not full month of time being together. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Look, Sky's very she's very smart when it comes to the ladies she likes. She understands when she has overstayed her welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, she already made a promise to Bryn to help her get that golem up and running. So.
Yes, absolutely. You come on back, and Bryn is nowhere to be found. You check in. She's not on this planet anymore. She left. You don't know where she is. So you're just like, okay, I guess I'll chill.
Can I get the golem up and running for her?
Which golem are you talking about here?
The one in
They don't have a brain, remember?
Oh, in Vasil's? Well,
Yeah.
you guys got it, the heart, but it still needs a giant metal alloy and an artifact powerful enough to be its brain. So it can't work right now. This is going to be a long-term process of him trying to get this to work. But he asked for your guys' hey, you guys seem to be suspicious of me because I have incredibly old and kind of dangerous things in my collection. So absolutely, if you want to overseer this and look over it for sure. for sure, Sky, you can inspect it, and if you want to, you can learn a bunch more about it. But there's like no chance to get it back and running. You'll need once again this like powerful alloy and a
well,
super
no,
powerful
that's fair.
artifact.
Can I, at least in that case, learn a bit more about it for her, and then maybe get the heart hooked up?
Yeah, absolutely. You can sort of go back to... you weren't there last time, but Vasil had to pay 2,000 gold to change a password on his vault, because he didn't know what it was, because you changed it. And now it's a new password. And when you show up, he stares at you for some time, says, wait 20 feet away. And he goes over and then kind of silently says the password into the door, and it like opens slowly. Yeah? He looks back like...
I mean,
This
the
way.
password was easy. It was Sabira has a nice butt.
I don't know who that is, or I don't think I know to guess that out of all the words that exist in every language.
Is the new password 1224?
I'm not going to tell you that out loud. Please, this way. He like walks on in. As you guys walk in, yeah, you can spend the 2 remaining weeks here sort of working on the golem, sort of figuring it out. Give me another tinkering tools roll. Not mention this one. This is just you working with some ancient technology that, once again, you're a tinkerer yourself, but you don't make constructs and golems. You work with like clockwork mechanics, and you work with like guns smithing and such, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my one little inspiration. There.
Okay, yeah. Go right ahead. One more time. Pretty low roll
it's
there.
One better.
One better. It's it's better. You spend some time working on this thing. You learn 2 pieces of lore about it. This construct, like Vasil has said before, is definitely Age of Arcanum technology, like the very height of mortals' understanding of magic and like arcane tech. This is where this thing comes from. In fact, you think, in your humble opinion as a tinkerer, this is probably one of the if not the most advanced construct that existed at that time. It definitely seems like it was meant for either like... Well, you have 2 guesses. Construction or combat. It's a giant fucking 40-foot thing, right? With gigantic fists and everything. The way it has, like, big claw marks, like, ripping its body open and such, you're leaning towards the combat mech. And you also, get an idea with your 12 that once fully operational... there is a slot within its chest for someone to operate the suit from within.
Oh.
It's sort of a mech suit instead of a giant golem.
Well, that's fascinating. I will write that down in excruciating detail with diagrams and everything to the best of my ability for Bryn.
Gotcha. Excellent.
Cool.
You spend some time researching, working on this, doing whatever shopping you intended to do and such, right? At this point, about a month has passed. Every once in a while, all of you guys in the party eventually will sort of have like brief like visits from like Unzu and such, checking in on you guys and such. And by the time the month comes to an end, all of you meet back together. You return from your different journeys across the world, or worlds, I should say. As the party reunites, we are together once more. All of you see each other's faces. It's been a little bit. Some upgrades to your gear, some more sort of obvious sort of revelations that you've had in your travels and such, but you all see each other once more. Yeah, I mean, the most, like, significant stuff, well, not significant, most, like, obvious stuff, apparel-wise, I suppose. Roxy, are you wearing your, like, sash of the Kobold Soul with you, or not really? Yeah?
When
Do you represent or not, is what I'm asking.
No, because she doesn't want people to know about that.
Exactly, you're an expositor, huh?
Yeah, so she has it in her bags.
Gotcha. Excellent. Bryn's hair is 10 times wilder than it usually is, right? It's like way poofier and way more like magically enhanced. Bebo has like a fucking domination symbol on his forehead as he's standing there in the corner, right? No, I'm kidding. But Quip has a suit. He's wearing a suit now. Quip has a little like suit that Roxy got him. Bella has magically glowing armor that you can see the runes on every once in a while, as well as I believe we said like a Valkyrie style helmet, right, with the little like edges to it and like the back like almost horns to it and such.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, it doesn't go like back. It just kind of like frames her face.
Just like along the yes. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Sky has a little sort of like a wrist device that she can shoot people with here now, and well, I don't know if she would have like a troubled look in her eye after all that.
There's definitely something eating at her, but she is also wearing Samir's armor, and
yes.
she took the red cloth out of it a little bit. She might have broken some of it away, but she's also wearing like her normal like scarf and everything over it too.
Excellent. All right. Casimir has been mostly like present throughout the month. He's been doing a lot of diplomatic work. Also, Rav, hello, welcome, friend. I realize I haven't actually said hi to you ever since you joined. But,
all good. Sorry about that. I made the mistake of laying down on the couch earlier and slept through my alarm.
That'll get you for sure. And no worries at all. All right. Excellent. As you guys reunite, we'll say you guys are reuniting where? Western? You guys have a house in Western. I don't know if you guys remember, but you totally have a house in Western.
Well, I would be eating on because I have to give that Sunny Stone to Jorik, and I have to get that research.
That was done throughout the month. We can definitely say that was done throughout the month. Once again, here's a little house that you guys had. We sort of briefly went over this, but for your deeds in Terse Fields and such, yes, you guys were gifted a location, a place in one of the busy streets of Western, with multiple floors and such. And yeah. We'll say all of you are sort of sitting downstairs at the table at the lounge entrance area there. As one by one, you'll sort of enter, see each other, sit down, maybe start talking about everything that has happened. So, I imagine, you catch up a little bit on everything that has gone on and such. And yeah. It comes now to the point of making a decision of what to do next. But before we do that, what is it in particular that you guys talk to each other about what you've done over the month? Any particular information you want to keep for yourselves, or do you just sort of let everyone know, like, this is what I was doing, pretty much?
Brandon's just be like, yeah, so apparently my dad's like a paladin of cord or some shit like that.
Oh, what?
That's
Paladin of cord.
Cord, a god of strength, bravery, and proving oneself through brutal trials. Also, you can stand in front of the weak and protect them rather than punch them in the back of the head.
That's a lot. So your mom's a cleric of pretentious proportions, and your dad's a cleric of
No, he's not a cleric, he's a paladin.
paladin. Yeah, that word. So your dad's a paladin of like strength. How the fuck did she end up with a paladin accord? That just
I don't
doesn't
know,
seem...
but I'm just saying he sounds way fucking cooler than she does.
No, I mean he definitely sounds. I can tell where you get it from versus the other side.
I mean, he's an age genocide too, apparently, so probably.
That's actually really really fucking cool.
I know. So anyways, I gotta go to the hills or the abyss now, so you guys are kind of roped into that now.
Sorry, what?
How about we save finding out the Abyss until we figure out like where Ash is from? Because if she's there, we can kill two birds with one stone.
That's a good idea.
It would make it a lot easier to actually kill her.
I mean, if he's already down there, then like that'd be pretty cool if we had a paladin who was just like, "Oh yeah, I've been hanging out down here. It'd be convenient to help you out with whatever you're doing."
Well, we
Thank
can
you
pretty
for
much
freeing me. I will help you kill this woman.
we can pretty much guarantee she's gonna be at Redis. We know where she's gonna be.
Speaking of that, Sky's gonna pull out the. I don't know if you're here for it, Cass, but she found a spell circle, teleportation circle.
Earlier today, yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, she'll hand that over to you.
I guess Kaz will take a look at it, Jay, and try and figure it out.
Okay. Give me a Arcana roll yourself. Okay. Casimir, spending some time inspecting these glyphs and markings, you, with a pretty good understanding of conjuration teleportation circles, you think that if you had the access to the spell teleportation circle, you could add it to the list of locations you could teleport to. You figure it out. You figure out like how to teleport there if you could teleport.
Casimir will put it in his journal with all the other ones.
It doesn't have like this is the location. Like there's no like IP address on it or anything like that. But through the arcane reading that you're doing, you realize it is within prime material realm. So like on our world, this is not going like across the plane or something like that.
Okay, yeah, he'll add it to his journal along with the other, I think, 4 he has.
Gotcha.
That goes to wherever the red path currently is.
Noted. But we do know that most of them will probably be in Redis here shortly. That's why we gave ourselves a month.
No, that I understand that there though. Wherever their hideout is in prison.
We can figure out, when we get there, we can figure out what they've taken and what they're doing.
Exactly. Oh, also one more thing. And she reaches into her bag and she pulls out a very nice, very expensive bottle of wine and she hands that over to Roxy.
What is this? Poison?
No, it is not poison. It is wine.
Yeah, your mom.
Yeah.
No, it's not him. Just me.
Yeah, it's a very fancy bottle of wine. It looks preserved for multiple decades, and it's what seems to be a very famous brand. The good stuff, if you will.
Top shelf.
She'll put it in her bag. Thank you. We have lots of work to do. Archon the Cruel is mining somewhere. He has lots of slaves mining. I'm trying to figure out where it is.
Wait, so we're trying to go somewhere again?
Just for the clarity, by the way, for you, Jen, here, those like lizard folk you saw like working, they didn't seem like, oh goodness me, I have to do this because my master says. They were pretty jazzed to do it, right? They weren't into it like against their will.
No.
They were very much so like fist bump, like go Tiamat, right? Just to clarify.
Wait. So back me up here. Are we fighting Archon the Cruel now?
No, I mean I am, but not you all.
Why are you targeting Archon?
Because my husband is targeting Archon, and that's where he is.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
I
I
thought he
could
was
see him.
fiance.
Oh, he's my husband. I'm claiming him my husband.
All
Okay, I
right.
claim
It's-
Bebo is mine now, so I get it.
Where'd they? Where
I
was
have to
he?
go. I have been looking through all this research. It's a place. It's lots of sandstone. I don't know this area that well.
Would the description give away anything that Kaz might have read?
You can give me a brief history roll. I'll have to ask with disadvantage because this is not, unless, of course, are you proficient? Is anyone proficient in cartographer's tools?
am.
Oh shit! Okay, Bryn, you can make it with advantage. Everyone else wants to try a history roll with disadvantage.
What?
Cartographers
you-
with
intelligence?
intelligence.
Oh, and guidance. Haha.
Jesus. Okay. Goddamn. Okay. Sky, you're not from around here. You wouldn't know where to look. Casimir with the disadvantage, it's a 22. Bryn with advantage and a guidance, that's a 26. Roxy, once again, not from this continent, not your specialty here. 14 for Bella. 14 is a solid roll, but not quite enough to figure out what is going on, or where, at least. I'm just putting you guys down here in this lounge area because we might be coming back to this little home base. Bebo's sitting in the fire. Quip is just hanging over here, trying to find like a water balloon to throw at Bebo. Okay, as you guys are thinking on this, only guesses that you guys have with your cartographer's abilities and Casimir's knowledge of history, you guys are starting to suspect that Archon and those individuals, those lizard folk you've seen with them, might be somewhere far further north. There is a location to the north of Iman that is called Fort Daxio. It's a very famous location. That is where most of the arms of Iman, the sort of like soldiers that defend the entire Republic of Taldore, right, are located. That's where they train. There's like 20, 30,000 soldiers trained there every single year. It's a gigantic garrison, right? And it is located just at the edges of the Cliff Keep Mountains. Both of you have a suspicion that whatever he was mining around for is somewhere in between the Cliff Keep Mountains and Fort Daxio. The terrain is very much so like dried wasteland-style sandstone, dusty winds of like orangish dust to blow on by every single day through here, which is making you think that's the area. Now that sounds like a helpful piece of information, but that is like 200 to 300 miles of like just space, right, between mountains and hills and such. I'm gonna move you guys on a big map so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. I don't know why they did this, but on this map, Fort Daxio is like in a weird see-through font, but it's right there. That's where Fort Daxio is, all the way north of Iman. And Stormcrest Mountains are like this like giant region over here. So that area.
So somewhere out here is your husband and Archon the Cruel.
He's there. So it's happening there somewhere.
And I wanted to go to
yeah.
Terra, and we wanted to go to the pools of Wittebach. Like, there's already a lot of stuff over there that we were going toward.
In fact, I've updated the quest board a little bit, so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. We have the new quest, the Meteor, which we are after, the Secrets of Wittebach. We have the Treasure of the Dragon King. You guys have been hearing about Ashen Gorge a few times. Apparently, there's, if you thought you had money before, boy oh boy, the Dragon King must have left something behind. Sanctuary, this spot where the Red Path is operating from, and the strange mysteries of Visa Isle that has seemingly a lot to do where some of these pages were originally found, and might have some answers for us. So yeah. This location where a Red Path might be hiding, Bryn, of course, might be interesting to you. Like, I wonder if they still have my research. So yeah. So I've just updated that a little bit there, but we have all these possible locations to visit. Currently, we're in Western, so we're like smack dab middle. We could go just about anywhere. But the idea was we take a month and we go deal with this like meteor thing first, because a incredibly important page that this whole plot seems to be revolving around, these pages that you guys are holding some of. One of them apparently that was destroyed is supposed to come back around this location of this tower called Retis, all the way down, even past the Singorn city of elves. But after
That's
that,
a long ways south. Holy shit.
yeah, big continent. So,
Wait, but we're here, right? Because we're in Western.
yeah.
Oh.
Which, by the way, you guys meet and such. Presumably, you guys set it up so like you calculated in like the travel time. You're gonna be there at the month, right? Month plus whatever time it would like need you to travel there.
Jesus.
Well, presumably you would go to Singorn and then around Singorn and like into the mountains and such. But yes, don't worry, you'll be there on time.
Can we call in a favor from dear old Bryn's mom for like, can we teleport to
Fuck no.
Singapore?
Did you get a sense that Bryn's mom liked you guys at any point?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no,
See,
she's not
look,
up for
look,
it.
look, she smiled at me.
Right. Yes, definitely there was a moment of maybe like making some connection with her and her daughter, making it sort of happen there. But then she looked at you like, "You're a human, get out of my city," right? Like most of them do, unfortunately.
No, like she saw me shoot the guy and was like, impressive. And smart.
Yeah, there was absolutely, but much like Bella, who went back to Singor during her downtime to be
Yes.
like, "Hello, elves, can I go
Terrible.
talk to the Fae people?" They're like, "No, you're not welcome anymore. You left. You don't need to come in again. Just go away." Yeah, right. So she had to make a little connection, persuasion roll, and such to actually get in.
It's
It's just,
Are there airships in Iman?
In Iman, yes. Iman and Whitestone are the only two locations in Taldore they have access to skyports and therefore sky ships.
we can just pay one to fly us over it. We can jump
They're
Oh.
not going to parachute drop you out of the sky ship down.
You see, this is why we need our own skyship.
Oh
Yeah,
my
about
God.
that. The council owed us a favor.
Oh?
Is this really what we want to catch our favor in for?
As you guys sort of look on back, like, I'm sorry, what? The kingdom of apparently the sort of kingdom state of the Republic of Taldore owes you guys a favor, apparently, as says Casimir here.
I mean, look, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Maybe we should save it for something like super important.
That's
Like
what-
helping us with the red path.
Yes, I think the
Is
same.
this not helping us with the red path?
No, I mean like help us.
Because we're too lazy to travel a few days. Come on.
Mhm. They're not going to
It
give
was
you a sky ship.
merely
just
an
to clarify.
option to call in. I'm just letting you all know.
I mean, I would be all for sky jumping. A lot of fun if you ain't ever done it before.
Hey, maybe we can save up for our own skyship and then do that whenever we want.
You know, that would actually be something. That would be something. You ever been skydiving, Roxy? You seem like you might enjoy it.
I've fallen off a bird before, pretty high up. I was actually shot off of it, so yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of being all the way up in the air, but I like the ocean. I like being on the ground in the ocean. That's about it.
Biba looks over to Bryn and says, "Holy shit, this one seems like a badass, but the whole likes the ocean, kind of yikes. Ugh."
Maybe you shouldn't make her mad either. She'll put you under the ocean.
Okay, all right. And he goes back further into the fucking oven and hides.
So,
I'm in constant fear.
to understand, we need to head to Retis, and then after that, we head north to deal with Roxy's
No,
husband.
I mean Jorik is heading near there.
and deal with the Widowback.
Is the meteor that's in the Storm Point Mountains, is that near where the Ashen Gorge or no?
Big map again. Here you go. So I'll put little pointers on the map as well, so it's easier to keep a track of. Storm Point Mountains are down here. That's where the
Right.
Tower of Retis is. The Ashen Gorge. So there's two parts of it. There's Stormcrest Mountains, and beneath them to the south, Storm Point Mountains. The Ashen Gorge is right here at the very edges of Stormcrest.
And we're going to the Storm Point. Gotcha.
Yeah, you're sort of moving through the Stormcrest Mountains, going all the way down, right? So yeah, pretty much. You could, if you wish. Once again, this meteor thing is a thing of urgency, right? That is most definitely what we're doing first. But after that, you have the access of everything else you wanted to do.
Yeah.
The only thing that's urgent right now, the reason you pause your downtime is like, oh shit, right, we gotta get to this. We got the info that in a month this thing is happening, it's going down. We might want to be there when it happens, just to, prevent whoever else wants it, aka the path.
So, I think that it might be wise, since we're going to be in the mountains, to go get the page from the meteor, and then maybe we could hit up the Ashen Gorge for the treasures of the Dragon King, and maybe that gold that we find there can fund a skyship.
Aren't we kind of on a time crunch?
Not
After the only
entirely.
time crunch, I think, is the meteor, correct?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
I mean,
Right? I mean, I'm
time crunch in terms of that, but depending on what Archon's trying to dig up, that in and of itself could also be a time crunch to consider as well. Because, I mean, let's face it, the treasures of Dragon King ain't going anywhere. They've just been sitting there.
True.
And a thing to consider about skyships is, great as it would be to have one, they are expensive to maintain, and you need a dock for them. You can't just park them anywhere.
You think Whistering would give us one? You're giving us a lot of stuff.
I mean, they might give us a dock, but you can only fly from port to port. Like,
Sounds pretty lame.
That does sound lame. I
they're,
thought they were cooler than that.
I mean, in time they probably will be, but budget and technology and all that, right? It's like when ships first came out. Like they didn't have the range that they do right now.
Well, it's near the Frostweald. Know a thing or two about that area.
Yeah, many of you guys have heard about the Frostweald. It makes no sense. It is side of a mountain, really, side of a hillside. It's just a giant frosty forest. All of a sudden, in the middle of this, plains and such. It is not even the highest points of the Stormcrest. It's just this snowy forest. But you guys have heard the story of it, the past of it, that some extra super powerful ice elemental being long time ago came out and made a ice fortress. And Bella, you met those little ice mephits at the lake down here. They came from the Frostweald. The water's really cold around there. That's because of the Frostweald. And eventually that elemental got defeated, and that's why we have Christmas. Kind of. That's why we have what's it called? Oh damn, I'm forgetting the name of it.
Whatever it's called.
Yes, the version of the Christmas. I can't remember the word.
So, we definitely need to go get the page. In the Storm Point Mountains. I guess the question is, what we are going to do after.
Well, it sounds like we need to head back up to Archon after.
Into where did we
Rescue
Archon was?
Roxy's husband, and then deal with the pools of water back, and probably my old master.
Wait,
I mean,
so
stop at Terra if we got a second.
I don't think he
Totally, yes, I'm looking at-
understands what he is. He's hunting this turtle that's with him. I don't think he knows what that man is.
where was Archon? I'm totally blanking.
All the way to the top.
Somewhere north, somewhere in the mountains between Fort Daxio and the Cliffkeep Mountains, which Once again, a massive area, pretty massive area.
It's
Well, we
hard
have
to
to
send
go
them a
up
message.
north anyways
Yeah.
to go to Widowback, right?
There's a couple things up there.
To keep this simple and easy here, friends, the decision of what we do after, right? We have a few quests in the south, few quests in the north. That said, you right now, the main goal will be go to this meteor landing site, find what's there, grab it, hopefully, right, before anyone else can. After that, we decide, like, hey, do we keep exploring the south or do we move to north? Generally, as you guys understand, as your characters and as players, I'm telling you guys this a little bit like above the table here. There is no particular like you have to do this or the other ones won't be available, right? So don't feel especially like pressured to do any of this. Pick what you want to go for here, but obviously some of the stuff might be more important to your characters than others, right? However, that's a decision we have to make another time. Right now, we head on down south. Before we head on out, is there any additional restocking of magical potions of healing or resistance potions or antitoxin or any like specific stuff you guys were looking to gather or prepare as you head on out? You're going into some pretty tall mountains. It's going to be chilly, yeah?
Yeah, like a warm cloak, and then also Casimir needs to find a timepiece that can be wound backwards.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Is this like a ingredient for one of your magical spells?
It's a component for Detect Past.
Interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Does it have like a cost associated to it, or is it if it's no cost, then you can just add it? Sometimes material components will have a cost next to them, and then you just pay that much.
Nope, no cost.
Okay. In your downtime of a month, you could have easily found one, or even made one, or commissioned one. Either way, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're a big hero. This is not a non-cost item. It's fine. You do not need to pay for this. All right. Excellent. So, I see that as well there, Jen. You got it. If you have any specific ones in mind, you can always roll for the ones that you want to make, and I'll tell you how much, or you can pretty much tell the price next to the recipe.
Yeah, I already got the ingredients in the downtime. I just want to make the dazzling bombs and the direct delay.
Gotcha. For your brewing here, let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the dazzling is a DC 8, so a DC 8 poisoner's kit using your intelligence or wisdom. Can you fail that? I don't think you can. Oh, you can barely fail that, but really, yeah, you're fine. You make one of these dazzling bombs. Excellent. And
Okay,
the other one?
because I have enough for 5.
Oh, damn. Okay,
You gave me enough for 5 of each
absolutely.
one.
Here's the thing, though. I need you to roll for every single one of these. So tap it 4 more times, the poisoner's kit. You just gotta not get a natural one, honestly. Everything else is auto-success for you right now. All good. That's 3. Let's go number 4. It's good. Last one. No ones. Come on. Woo! That's a close one, but the DC's an 8. We're good. You make 5. Incredible. And what was the other thing you wanted to make?
The viscous to make slow. It is.
Wait.
Hold on, I gotta grab it.
What is it actually called? Like the
Direct delay.
Direct delay. Oh yeah. You made this one before, or you were looking to, I think. Yeah. Delay. Yeah. Where is that? Directed delay. There it is. Ba-ba-da-ba-boo. This one is a DC 12, please.
All right, I got 5. 5 worth.
So DC 12 5 times as well. Okay, this one is not auto success always, so this one you might need to put a... Woo! That was a close one. That's 2 that are good. Number 3. That's exactly what you need. Okay, number 4. But the ingredients for that one are wasted, unfortunately. Last one? That's good as well. You got 4 of them. A mostly
Okay.
successful batch. All right, you have a bunch of these poisons. You can apply them to your weapons and such. There we go. Very cool stuff. Hey, Jen, I don't know if you would be interested, but definitely take a look at the Poisoner feat next time you get an access to an ASI or a feat.
Yeah. I
It's
know
pretty
it's
nice.
hard.
It lets you apply poisons as like a bonus action and such, but once again, you got a lot of bonus actions. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with these because like it looks like you can put it on a weapon coating. Oh wait, when brought in contact with the blood. Okay, so yeah, it's just an injury
Right. So
injection.
it'll tell you on these what type of a poisons. There are different types of poisons. They're like inhaled, ingested, injury type of poison. Direct delay is an injury poison. So you like as an action apply it to a weapon, or preferably like before a fight starts. Right, you're able to like apply it. You smack someone and it like takes effect immediately. And the dazzling bomb, I think that's just like an action to throw. Let me see. A small
Yeah, it
bomb
is.
can be made. Yeah, this is basically an attack. If you had like multi-attack, you could maybe throw. No. This is just an action. You throw it as an action, and it fills the space and it does the thing. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Okay, mark those down. Any additional supplies we should get before we head on out?
I need to restock bullets.
Absolutely, yeah. You can just pretty much like mark off. You had a month, right? You can just mark off the amount of money for as many bullets as you want to make.
Perfect. I'm just restocking back up to the 110 that I had.
Good deal.
And
Good
then
deal.
I actually bit of a weird request, but
Mhm.
could I make just a couple special rounds that like explode on impact? Basically, like small
Explode.
bombs, like a little grenade launcher.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. All right. You can give me a tinkering tools roll here. Based on the level of your success, you'll be able to make some rounds. Okay. 18, you make a few of these prototype rounds here. Sky, basically you make these explosive ammo here. You make 3 of them total, and what they do is whenever you use one of them and you hit a target with them, every creature within 5 feet of the original target will take half the amount of damage that the original target took. Little AoE blast rounds.
Fuck yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Yeah. So when you're gonna do that, are you buying black powder to make that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to buy some black powder.
Okay. You guys have a month here. Sky, to make these, each round of these is 25 gold, so 75 gold total to make these.
Okay.
In black powder and such. They're prototypes. You'll have to like perfect them and such, but you have a pretty devastating idea here. Roxy, yourself, how much like black powder are you looking to buy? Yeah.
I want a good amount. I want to make some stuff with those.
Okay.
Would I actually be able to? Because like one of the things for like the gunslinger is like they can make black powder. By getting the
With alchemy
ingredients.
tools.
Yeah. Would I be able to like?
That's the part of this like tinkering roll I assumed here, but we can always, if you want to roll an alchemy tools roll to reduce the cost a little bit, right? Using less than most people would necessarily need.
I don't have alchemy tools. It gives me tinker tools is all gunslinger gets.
Right. Black powder, I always assumed it made sense that you make through alchemy tools, right? To just make it yourself alchemically and such. I don't think you can just make it then without alchemy. Like, you know how to work it once it's already in your hands, but I don't know if you would be able to, with alchemy tools proficiency, to just make black powder. Roxy, for yourself, if you want to, there's not like an infinite amount of it, but for 100 gold pieces, you can get like a hogshead worth of it. For 300 gold, you can get a keg of black powder. And for 500 gold, you can get like a proper barrel of black powder.
Yeah, she'll get a smaller amount, and she's just gonna buy like a little bits of bags and stuff. She wants to like kind of like she wants to test something with them.
So just like a small amount.
Yeah, like a hogshead. How much is it? You said 100 gold. I'll spend that.
Hogshead is about 100 gold. Yes.
Oh, are you making explosive arrows?
No,
Hmm.
Oh, you're not?
Okay.
no, it's gonna be a surprise. A surprise project I'm working on.
Do you want some help? I'm pretty good with that sort of thing.
I will ask you if I need help. You know, I'm kind of don't know where you're at, really.
What do you mean you don't know where I'm at?
You know, with this whole thing with your family.
I mean, they are my family, but I'm aiming to stop them.
Yeah, aiming to stop them. Okay, I mean,
I am aiming to stop them. I am not aiming to murder them. They will answer for what they did, just in a way that is not necessarily what you want.
no, I mean, I don't want them to be able to kill us at will, and then we can't do anything to them. You see how that's not really fair?
That's why. And she kind of holds up the gun. That's why I shoot them, and then we knock them out once they're, weak.
Yeah, but you know, I shot them, and you got mad at me. So
There's a difference in, hey, I want to talk to them real quick, and them being dead.
all right, well, I
Yeah.
didn't kill him. I shot him.
Oh, are we really gonna do this right now?
Yeah, we are. Since you want to fucking help me with this black powder.
All right, Roxy. Maybe, just maybe, there was a chance my little brother could have been alive had you not fucking shot him like I asked.
Sure. That's exactly what happened. The man decapitated his own friend with a sword. You really believe, honestly, that?
That man was something else entirely.
That's right. Nothing could survive him.
And
Nothing.
all right. You really fucking know that? Do you really
Yes!
honestly understand that there was absolutely no way that he could have lived through that had you not
Absolutely
shot
not.
him?
He's a fucking wizard like Casimir. It's made of paper. You understand? They made you almost kill Cass.
The
He almost
vampire.
died. No, they hired him.
Oh my god. Alright. I'm just gonna say it once. And I will not repeat myself on it. I would like my family, the people I grew up with, the only people I've ever known that have ever fucking loved me, to maybe at least still be able to draw breath. Now, maybe that'll be locked away in a cell, answering to the people that they fucking wronged. Okay? But when I ask, please don't shoot my family so I can have a chance to talk to them and maybe figure out what the fuck happened. My expectation is that my new friends, all of you, who I do actually care about, might listen.
Not when it involves them trying to kidnap someone who's important to me.
So that's it then. Your attitude really is fuck everyone.
He
Except-
survived 200 something years trying to find her. You think I was going to let them just take her?
So that's it. I guess it is your family, saying, your problems are a bit more important than mine. You know, me trying to save my family doesn't mean anything. You know, as long as Roxanne's all fucking taken care of, as long as Roxanne's needs are accounted for.
It's not about me. It's about what they're gonna use her for. What they're gonna do.
Well, you know, in the cold reality of it, maybe I should have just put a bullet between her eyes so that she wouldn't be a threat for being used.
They could have just taken Rin's mother. You're gonna kill her too?
Maybe I will.
Do it.
So
don't
it's
think
okay
Bryn
for
would lose
everyone
any
else's
sleep.
family to die but yours.
No, the point I'm trying to make, Roxy, is none of us need to lose our families. But we can't put one person in front of another. We're working together on this. You want your family safe, and we're all working towards that. I want my family safe too. And I'm hoping that my friends might help me do that because there is a slim chance that I can save them. And then I don't have to have more blood on my hands.
I can't promise that, Sky. Not because of all the people that could possibly die. I'm sorry. I mean, all the people that could die in this world for your family. I can't. All the innocents. You'll be okay with that.
I can't account for what they might do given the current situation where they seem to be being manipulated. I don't know what Ash has done to them. I don't know what she's made them do against their will. But surely that has to account for something.
Well, I don't know how you feel because I don't have family, so I don't know. But I just do know that I don't want to see a whole bunch of innocent people die.
Then help me figure out what she has done to them. And I'll make you a deal. If it can be stopped, if it can be prevented, then we do that and we can save a lot of people. If it can't be undone, then I will at least put them out of their misery.
All right?
Sky will hold a hand out to Roxy to shake.
Come on, we don't do that shit.
Yeah, we do. On this we do.
She'll shake her hand.
Okay. There's a moment where both of you, both individuals with strong morals and beliefs, stare at each other, eyes locked, a mutual understanding, a bond and a promise. You'll both, I suppose, have your reservations, your ideas of how this might go down. But you're hoping it goes down that middle path where at the end of this, you're not at opposite ends of a battlefield. For now, we work together, as we have. Both of you are somewhat insightful individuals. You can definitely tell that I think in this moment, both of you mean what you said, definitely. Yeah? As the handshake finishes, both of you nod, Your turn to the group, huh?
That
Which I
poor
imagine
alchemy
is in
shop,
a.
man.
The guy's standing there. You guys are having this conversation in front of him the whole time. Like, so you want the keg or?
Yeah, give me the
And-
hog head. Just gonna grab it. You have baggies. I need like bags to put these in.
Okay, that was wild. As he starts packing stuff for you. Yeah, absolutely. Later on, Roxy, you will find out that Quip accidentally exploded himself while you guys were talking. He was invisibly eating black powder, and his demon self accidentally like ignited some of it in his belly. So you have to like resummon him later that day, but that's about
fine.
it.
It's like a fucking kid eating paste. He's just like, nom.
Yeah. He doesn't know what it tastes like. Everything's supposed to taste vile and disgusting and turn into ash in his mouth. So pretty good. All right. So the party gathers and journeying begins. You all get together. I don't imagine there's any other like shopping we got to do before we leave. Check your potions, check your, like inventory, food, blah blah blah, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that Bella has some warm clothing for the cold.
Absolutely. Warm clothing costs 1 gold piece. So all of you who want to buy some warm clothing definitely do so, because going up into some very cold mountains can be exhausting, let's say, without proper equipment.
And do we have means of like keeping us sheltered overnight? I talked to Casimir about that.
Give me 1 second.
So, sorry, for what? Second for what?
Casimir still has his hut as well.
That's
That's what-
good.
Yeah, I think I have make camp. I just would have to take it, so I gotta go through my spells.
That's right. You both have access to a lot of different spells there easily. I will say, because of the spells that you have, that Bryn has for like protection, like obscuring of the camp, and Casimir has for the protection of the camp, nothing will happen to you guys on your journey. Like, you are fully protected from anything. Yeah, make camp over here and Liamon's tiny hut. Easily, you guys
Did
make
you-
it.
Did you say Lehman's tiny cuck?
I mean, sure, why
I
not?
wanted to say Liamon's tiny camp, but I sort of mixed them
I
together.
heard-
Is it just
Yeah.
a chair?
Just a little chair.
Just a chair.
Incredible. All right. Excellent. And that is just about the time where we take our 5-minute break right now. So
Lots to think
we
about.
jump down over to Retis. I don't imagine we visit Singorn on the way. I imagine we like go around, right?
No, thank you.
Okay, makes sense.
I don't talk to
Mhm.
my mom. She can tell me where my dad is. I'll go talk to her.
Excellent. You guys head on into the mountains, and there'll be some stuff happening on your approach here. But before we get to that, let's do 5 minutes here and get some snacks, bathroom break, drinks, whatever it is. Excellent stuff so far. Be right back myself. of Stormcrest. We get a brief sort of travel montage of the party clambering on up into these mountains and traversing vast canyons and hillsides the size of city-states as we see these magnificent views, the clouds above Taldore, the dividing plains now to the north of us. We traverse at the very edges of Frostweald, this beautiful, sort of strangely sort of intriguing and delightful seeming frosty forest built into the hillsides of Stormcrest, and then down further to the south as we now follow along the mountaintops of the Storm Point. As we are moving, I gotta make a little roll. Let's say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ooh, beautiful. Bella.
Yes.
At one point, as you're sort of traveling, the party's taking like a little short rest, right? This is like one of the days as you guys are getting close. You probably got another like 2-3 days until you make it to this place, this Retis, right? And everyone's just sort of taking a moment. You've been hanging out with your friends a lot here, and you're just sort of away from the party for a moment. So you're like, I don't know, 2 minutes away or something. You're sitting by yourself having your food, right? You have your like dried rations there, some of the preserved meats and veggies that you have with you and such. And you're just sort of sitting at the base of this mountain, sort of this cliffside, right? You're basically like feet dangling off of the edge of a cliffside, just sort of looking on off to the sides. And you're sort of thinking to yourself about your past experiences, what might be awaiting for you and such. And you hear a little noise off to the side as someone next to you, like 20 feet from you, just above you on a rock, sitting there looking down, staring at you, says, "Hi." And you kind of turn and you look, and you see a unique individual. You see a black-furred tabaxi woman with a big smile on her face, with white spots across her fur. She has very simple sort of garb, not a lot of like armor about her or anything like that. She has like a walking stick on her back. She has a big smile on her face and gives a little wave to you. "Hello."
Hello? I didn't think we would see anybody out here.
Same, honestly, same. Was traveling out here for some time. What are you doing here? You look really cool, by the way. Love that armor.
Why, thank you.
So let me
I
check
could
that.
ask you the same thing. What are you doing out here?
Big smile still on her face as she's sort of staring down, and she says, traveling with some friends, looking for some stuff. They call it
same.
adventuring, but I call it tedious.
Tedious. So what kind of tedium are you pursuing
Someone
this time?
someone stole some stuff from my adopted dad, kind of. I gotta get it back.
Adopted dad. Huh, must be a pain. My father's a pain too.
Really? I guess
Yeah.
dad's just that way. Hey, you wanna be friends? And she jumps down some 20 feet, lands, and like with a roll, obviously someone like a monk individual, they move very freely, right? As they like sit next to you off of the like, they're sitting like shoulder to shoulder to you, like looking down this like cliff. Says, "Well, wanna be friends?"
First step to friendship is names, don't you think?
Okay, I'm Kai.
What does that ring any bells?
No,
No? Okay.
just a person.
Hi, my name is
Funny.
Irobellus Zakshish, but my friends call me
Okay.
Bella.
Okay, Irobellus. That's a Bella. Okay, I'll do Bella then if we're
Yes.
friends.
Of course.
Okay. What are you doing out here? This is a crazy place, middle of the mountains. I just had to fight a big bird a bit ago. It just attacked us.
A big bird? That sounds
Yeah, it's like a-
crazy.
I know. It tried to pick me up and throw me down, but I land on my feet often.
That checks out, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm just out here, like, making sure no one's here to stab us or something like that, but you don't seem like a stabby type.
No, I only stab things that we have to stab.
Okay. Just stop. What are you stopping?
We're not stopping anything. We're going to we're looking for something. It's supposed to fall from the sky or something like that. Kind of weird, but
Oh, okay. Kind of sounds familiar. I mean, a lot of stuff falls from the sky, right? I don't know. I don't know. Well, in either case, I just wanted to, make a friend. You seem cool. By the way, cool weapon. That's a big flag you have. What is that? Points at the symbol.
oh, that's the symbol of my group. We spend, a we spread the dawn wherever we go.
Like, literally? You can make the sun come up?
Oh, I wish, but we make people's lives better. So,
Oh.
about your group, does your group have a name?
Not really a name. We just sort of do stuff, I guess. It's really my adopted dad. It's really complicated. I don't know. We never really truly discussed it. He's just sort of our kind of like, he tells us what to do, and he's really nice to me and us, and we do it. And not really a name for it, I guess. We just sort of make sure. My dad has he believes firmly in some stuff, and sometimes people piss him off, and they're usually not nice people, so I help him.
Here.
Huh?
As one friend to another, is your dad forcing you to do stuff? Because
No.
do you feel like you're your own person? That you can make your own choices? That you're not? Because it
Is
sounds
this like a
like
thing?
you're
Is
in
this a problem you had with your dad?
a little bit, and that's why I want to make sure from a friend to a friend that this
Oh.
is that you're
No.
living your own life, guy. Because
No,
it's
not,
easy
not
to.
really.
Can
I-
I ask
I'm-
a question? Can we all
Mhm.
hear this?
No, she's like a few minutes away, went on her own to like sit down for lunch.
Ah.
She's like, Kaizo shrugs, says, no, not really. He usually, I don't know, just asks if we would do stuff, and he's been really nice to me. Found me when I was a little kid, helped me survive, honestly. So, I
And
no,
where are
not
you from?
really. They keep telling me, and I keep forgetting the name of it. Damn it! I really should pay attention. It has a lot of fire in it. I don't know what to call it.
Lots of fire in it.
Yeah. It's still what fucking green? The green fires?
The green fires.
Beats me, man. I always ask them, like, how is it green? And they're always like, you stupid, stop asking questions. I was like, how am I gonna learn if I don't ask questions?
I've heard of blue fire or orange
Blue
fire. Red
fire?
fire. You know, when the fire is really, really hot, it gets blue, you know.
Oh, okay.
But green fire? That's a little strange.
I don't know. It does help being partially colorblind, especially when it's dark and such, right?
You're colorblind. Oh.
Kind of.
Like dark vision, I see.
Yes, you have it too?
Oh, yes.
I thought
of
I was the
course.
only one.
No, it's a trait among certain races, yes.
That's awesome. She like high fives you.
High five. Boom.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, look out. There's gonna be some like bad folk apparently in these mountains, and we're supposed to like look out for them and whatever. My friend, who's my like dad's, he's my uncle. I don't know what he is. He's this little turtle guy. He's really annoying at times, but he
Turtle
means
guy?
well.
I don't know many turtles people.
I guess I don't really know many cat people either. I've only met
That's true.
me.
Have you met any snake people? That's what I am.
You're a snake person?
Yes.
I thought you were just like made of gold or whatever, like whatever that color is or whatever.
I'll start like speaking in snake, like parcel tongue, like.
Her eyes cross a little bit and she smiles like that's pretty cool. I don't think I can do that. La la. She tries and it doesn't happen. Maybe you can teach me sometimes?
Of course. And maybe you can treat me to be a little more life on my feet, like you are.
Hey, that'd be fun. All right, okay, cool. Well, listen, we're looking for some bad guys out here. They're supposed to come and like steal something again, or like take. I don't. Dad said that like we have to like steal something from them, so they would give us the thing that they stole from us, or
Okay,
something.
what
right?
do these bad guys look like? I'd like to help.
There's a woman with horns, I think.
Horns?
And Yeah, like a woman with horns. Apparently they can do that. They can. There's actually in the place where I live with the fire, they actually have a lot of horns. And there's like a guy in armor with some sort of like bright hair. That's what they told me. I have to punch him. They told me. And there's a lady with ice for hair. That makes no sense, right?
Ice for hair. That's so interesting.
Yeah. She beats me, man. And yeah, apparently they're trying to take something, or we're trying to get it before they get it. I don't know. I just sort of, I don't really listen. I just kind of go along and I do what they ask me.
So, I mean, this makes me a little concerned, Kai. It sounds like you don't really make your own decisions.
Oh, I mean, I have fun with it. I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of free time. My dad doesn't like bringing me out on these because he says,
Okay,
it's like
let's talk about
dangerous
what
and
you.
whatever.
Let's see what do you like to do with your free time? I'm curious.
I really like seeing what kind of like I like making people make faces when I hit them because if you hit someone like particularly in a specific spot, they'll actually make like a funny face.
Do you have people's permission when you hit them?
I'm usually not, but usually like like trying to kill me.
Why are they trying to kill you?
I don't know. A lot of the time, they just sort of drop me in, and stuff is like already happening, and then my turtle uncle just sort of points, and I go like, "All right."
So you just kill people when they tell you to kill people?
Oh, I don't kill. I don't think I've ever killed anyone.
Oh, okay.
Check this out. She snaps you faster than you can react to the side of your ribs, and your arm like goes up and around you. You take like 1 point of damage. Says I can do that with like all of your body, without like killing anyone. It took me so long to like practice it, but I just don't like killing people.
That's
It
impressive.
feels wrong to take someone's life. You know, what I mean, it's like their life. What am I gonna do with it?
So, out of curiosity, when you do that to people, do your uncle or your father, do they kill the person after?
I don't know. They usually ask me to be there if they have questions for people, because I don't really, I don't like killing.
I'm just curious because if they do, wouldn't that blood still be on your hands even though you didn't kill them?
I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, I'm not too concerned by it. People keep telling me that like you either gotta kill someone or you're gonna get killed, right? So
Not always. I mean, depends on the situation, right?
I guess. I don't
like
know.
right here, we could be fighting each other right now, right? But why would we? We're friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is so much
So-
easier.
Sometimes maybe think to have a conversation before fighting to death. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm. People tell me I talk too much. Even like when I'm fighting people, I'm talking a little too much because I think my brain moves a little too fast, and my body moves even faster. So I talk, and people get annoyed when I talk at them while I'm hitting them, which makes them make really funny faces.
Interesting.
Maybe you're right. Maybe talking would be nice. Talking, if we could just talk all the time, that would be more fun.
Yes,
But
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. My dad, he's not a big talker. He likes doing stuff. He likes being in the process of doing rather than talking, right? So
Interesting. I mean, that
I
could
have
be
a
good
friend that I
or
talk with all the time. He's a big guy. He's got black fur, and he's like a cow person. He's like, you've seen a cow. You know, I've seen cows before. Cows, they're the wildest thing. They're sort of like things on 4 legs, and they have like
Right.
horns coming out of their heads.
yes, okay.
Dude, you can get milk out of them. I was mind blown.
You know most mammals you can milk, right?
What? This is crazy. You knew this the whole time?
I mean,
Why did
it's
nobody
nature.
tell me?
I
don't see nature often. You know, like these trees and stuff. We don't really have them where I'm from.
Oh, really? I'm still
Yeah, the-
confused where you're from. If you don't have trees.
I don't know the name of it. They keep telling me the name of it, but I really. A lot of the stuff that just sort of like goes in, whoosh, right out the other end. You know what I mean? I have a hard time focusing.
Well, Where's your group heading? Maybe we can head in the same direction. I mean,
I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but what the hell, we're friends. We're going down further south. There's some sort of a lighthouse? No. A pillar.
a tower?
Tower. That's the one.
Oh, that's where we're going. How strange.
Really?
No.
That is incredible. That is so lucky. You know what? I'll go talk to my dad and see if it's cool.
I'll go talk to my group and see if it's cool too.
All right.
Uh,
Catch you
what's your-
later.
Yeah.
Bestie.
Okay.
And she
Bestie.
high fives you, gives you a fist bump, and she jumps off the cliff. She falls like 200 feet down. You see her land and sprint down the side of the mountain and just run off.
Oh no, Bella, what have you done?
Bella, you come back to the party. You guys see Bella coming back, like big smile on her face.
Guys, I just met the most wonderful person. They're heading the same direction that we are, and maybe we should meet up with them. Their name was like Guy or something, some tabaxi.
Wait, wait, wait,
uh,
wait, wait,
with,
wait,
like-
wait, 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 wait,
with,
wait,
like,
wait.
white
Wait,
spots,
hey,
you know?
hold on. You don't think that's weird that you met someone going the exact same direction we are, knowing we are racing Ash to get there?
Well, I asked them some pressing questions, and it seemed to check out. The
When
only
you
thing that was
say-
a little strange was they were from some place with like green fire or something. I've never heard of a place of green fire with no trees. But
Right. So
Does that ring any bells? Would anyone?
Hell!
Yeah.
Hell!
Oh, hey Bella,
You-
Bella. You know that place I was telling you that my dad might be at?
that we think
Yes.
Ash is from as well?
Yeah, that's where the green fire is.
oh,
Bella, at that point, all the dots connect. You're like, but that means, right? As you go off the line, like, oh no.
but they're so nice. They don't know what they're doing. To be
Yeah,
honest, they're a little
well,
bit of an idiot.
How much about us did you tell them, Bella?
Nothing much. Just
Please,
I didn't even
elaborate.
say. I will elaborate, and I will tell, recount the conversation to the best of my ability.
The turtle. You remember I told you about the turtle with fucking Archon the Cruel.
There's plenty of turtles. Do you think like
But
you know,
said her
My
friend.
father has some strong beliefs from hell.
And a black furry cow man friend?
That's literally the Minotaur that he chopped his head off.
was gonna-
Oh,
Did you
no.
ask when she last saw him?
When I think Minotaur, I don't think cow. I'm sorry.
Well, remember I turned him into a cat. Oh, you weren't there.
And you
wasn't
went
there for
there.
Yeah, you
Maybe
know.
that's why I don't remember as much because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wait, where the fuck did they go? Can we go chase after them?
You want
Oh,
to chase?
we were going to meet back up. That was the plan. We were going to
You
go
were
see.
going to meet
you
back.
know.
What if,
If-
they would have killed you?
If she goes to tell her friends about us and we're supposed to meet up, they are going to come together. Perhaps we should be on our toes. Bella, you have a large heart, and I believe you judge characters well. Hopefully, we don't have to hurt her and she does not have to hurt us.
I mean, to be honest, this guy, she seemed like she was just along for the ride. To be honest, she's not. There's not a evil bone in her body. It seems like it just.
Yeah,
seems like she-
definitely no inside check needed, right?
I
They
know.
seem like just like okay. They seem like just like a good-ish person, which is like
Yeah,
a little wild.
I'm proficient in insight, and I could already just kind of tell. I didn't even roll for it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, this is.
Oh, but
yeah.
Archon the Cruel is her father.
And she just sort of does what her dad wants her to do. You don't think.
Archon the Cruel is her father?
What?
What?
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
But when I saw the vision, it was a tabaxi woman on top of a tent, a turtle, and Archon the Cruel. Did she say the turtle was her father?
She said the turtle was her uncle?
Ah, well. Great.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. Like now. I don't even think we can sleep. We gotta go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, silver lining, they are against Ash too, so maybe if Ash is there, he'll just, single-mindedly focus on her like he did on my brother.
Yeah, but he
Gee,
thinks that
thanks.
we're working with them.
Yeah.
Could we perhaps persuade her to inform him that we are not indeed working with her? I mean, I know he already has it out for me, but
I really feel
Obviously,
like
she's not calling the shots, to be honest. It's like, but I think I can get through to her. I mean, it seems like she's just like a slave to this person's will. It reminds me of me when I was under my father's care, and it just shudders.
just, you know, after I think what Cass told us happened back there, this just seems like a real fucking bad idea.
I don't know. It seems like it kind of be fun.
I'm sorry?
I mean, I don't really want to see Ark on the crew again, but the Hell Links and my dad, so I don't know.
Alright,
We don't have to fight them.
they
can talk.
specifically said they're trying to steal something so that way they can get something back, right?
Means they are probably after the meteor.
Yeah, so we're after the
Page.
same thing.
They're going to the tower like we are.
Yeah, they're after the same thing. They're trying to steal something so they could get something back from her.
Isn't there multiple things in this tower, though?
You guys learned that meteor is landing close to it, but it's very unique that it's happening here because Bella, you did some research before. This tower belonged to like a wizard that went mad in the Age of Arcanum.
so a thought occurred to me. Archon, the Cruel's party, wants to take out the Red Path. Both of them will be looking for this thing they're trying to steal, which is what we know it is, Paige. What if we just kind of let them go at it and run in and snatch the thing and run out?
Because I thought the whole purpose was to keep her family intact. He would literally murder them.
That is true. Thank you for reminding me.
Glad.
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting it out there. I shook on your hand. She
what
wants to keep them alive, and that would not be an option.
What if we use this to our advantage, though? That's the thing. What if Ash is drawn out here?
Let's
there's
be clear,
any
we want to
way-
kill Ash at all costs.
Well, that's
Yeah.
my point. Is if anyone could really kill Ash, wouldn't it be someone from the hills? Wouldn't it
Yeah,
be
but-
Ark on the crew?
But he would have to kill her there, right? Not
Is
here.
Archon from the Hells?
So
Bella.
there's a interesting little bit there. If there is a chance to get back what she took from me, I kind of maybe might need to not have him kill her.
I mean, technically, she won't die here, right? She has to die in her own homeland. So
That
Well,
is
I mean,
true.
if anybody's got the ability to teleport there, it's probably him.
Yeah. I mean, he did step out of a portal from it, so I would assume he can portal in and out there at will.
DM question: from what
Yeah.
we would have read about anything of Archon the Cruel, of him being a complete traitor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you mean traitor? Traitor to what?
how he tried to join Vox Machina to get rid of Vecna, but then took the hand.
Oh yes. That is sort of not publicly known to people, but it is known to the monks of the Cobalt Soul, being an expositor. Of course, you have found information that says that Vecna is an enemy to Archon the Cruel. Archon the Cruel joined this heroic group called Vox Machina, and he helped them hold through. He never backstabbed them or anything like that. Helped them until the very end, until the only thing that was left to do was get rid of the magical sword that was used to defeat Vecna, as well as the hand of the very god, a powerful evil artifact. At that point, apparently, if the recollections are true, he performed a brief ceremony, severed his own hand, and with the words, it's just business, teleported away using the newly grafted limb.
Because
So
you
he
know,
never
you can't really
backstabbed
trust
them
him.
or anything like that, but he deceived them. He tricked them, and
because-
he escaped with his hand.
Yeah, he could be joining us and then helping us, and then steal the fucking rest of the pages of the book, and then fuck off.
I mean, it comes down to two evils, doesn't it? Then
He has the hand of Wagner. All you need is a book and what, the eye? And then what? We don't even know what the fuck he would do with it.
Become Vecna. I'm just saying. If
I know
the
you want to go to
Red Path's
hell.
gonna
We can
be-
get you to hell without
No,
fucking
no,
going
no.
with
That's not what
Alchemical.
I'm talking about. I'm just saying that if we had to choose between two evils to work with, I'd say instead of fighting both of them, we could probably use one to our advantage. And considering that Archon's probably going to decimate the Red Path, that was the one I was leaning toward.
You're sort of Bella. You were partially kind of there, but you were busy during the fight when Archon the Cruel first time like showed up and such. You keep hearing your party being like, "Oh my god, like the Red Path, big scary enemies," and they're talking like this Archon can just like single-handedly decimate. Like, how powerful exactly is this guy? You've never actually seen him fight yourself, and you're a martial fighter. You know, like you can assess how dangerous someone is. So I don't know if Bella would be like worried or excited to see this go down. No. But yeah,
A little bit both.
I mean, as you guys are sort of discussing, you realize like, okay, we have a few more hours to travel to this tower. If we have the chance, might as well go over there, set up some sort of like an area where you can safely observe what happens and be able to like react as it happens. So, with that, you all, I imagine, continue your journey. Cautious now, looking out for any sort of tabaxi woman approaching, until finally you find this area. You see, still some, I don't know, like 300-400 feet to the south of you, is a vast tower that has been crumbled, multiple floors to it, made of like black obsidian stone rising around this like desert, like blighted stone area of sand as well. And as you guys sort of approach and look about, survey the space, the area is somewhat forested, where you are currently approaching. As you guys approach, can I ask the party to first of all make me a group stealth roll, please?
Really?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
Checks out.
Let's see.
Oh, wait.
Oh, where is she?
Big, okay. Guidance is totally allowed here. That is perfectly fine.
I lost my character sheet.
Roxy, you do have advantage because of your cloak, I believe.
Yep.
Hell yes.
And,
Oh, are we bringing Anzu on this quest? I didn't ask.
No.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
She already died once. We don't need her to die again.
All right, your average stealth is a respectable 16. Very nice. Okay. As you guys find a little spot in the woods to observe what is happening, you're waiting. You're waiting to react to see who's going to show up first, what's going to go on. As you guys know now that, yes, not only the Red Path is going to be here, it seems that Archon's forces have come as well to take something back. In fact, yes, you guys remember first time you were in the Underdark when he appeared from the portal and started fucking chopping people to pieces. He came out with a bit of a monologue, right? He came out saying, like, you fucking dare steal from my queen. This is what happens. This is the punishment, right? And then he fucking killed Sorik. Yeah. Some sort of a payback situation going on here. And as you guys are sort of waiting, you wait for a few hours. Nothing really happens for a few hours. Until finally, you begin to feel strange density to the air around you. The leaves of the trees begin to move in an invisible wind as the area begins to heat. Temperature begins to rise very quickly as you guys are looking around like what is happening. And then you begin to hear this like distant whistling sound. You all look to the sky above you, and breaking through the cloud cover is a single streaking line of flames, marshaled and led by a meteorite stone the size of a building. It careens down to the ground as all of you begin to kind of like inspect if it's going to land anywhere near you. Nowhere near, like, exactly near you. You think you should be safe. You see as it enters the sort of the top of the tree line, and then a mighty cacophonous blast detonates from about like 400 feet ahead. Fire erupts, trees go flying everywhere, and this sort of blast wave, this shock wave of energy washes through the woods, igniting some of the trees nearby. As you all kind of grab some cover that you have there. All of you are experienced adventurers. You know to take cover. You have your magical armors to protect you. You have your instincts to make you safe here and such. And as it sort of reverberates through the mountaintop here, you all begin to slowly approach the area. You find a spot at the edge of the sort of woods, and you see up ahead. Oh,
sorry. I saw them typing. I have it. I have the pages.
Okay, so I thought you did.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
As you sort of continue to approach here, Roxy, I was about to say, you feel a strange set of, like, vibrations, like magical reaction. You look over, and the other pages that you have are humming with energy. Like, the text on them is sort of beginning to glow a little bit. Not like obviously glow where everyone can see, right, as you close your pack again, but they're obviously like reacting to the presence of this particular meteor. As you get to the area, you see that the zone where it was like woods and the trees are nearby and such has been sort of like desolated, right? There's a giant crater in the middle of it. A blackened dark stone sits in the very center in the crater, and the smoke rises from it, sifting into the skies slowly. As you all sit there, hidden as best as you can be, you see up ahead as to the north of this crater space, you see a red tiefling woman, demon woman, which you know at this point. I'm going to put you guys on a little map so you can see what's up. That's you guys down there. That's the meteor right over there in the middle. And you see, emerging from the woods to the north, a group. You see there these people, accompanied by what looks to be a strange, like frog-looking demons, this gorilla monster creature, as well as this like bug demon monster up here, are three individuals familiar to most of you here. You see a woman that wields ice magic in one hand and holds a staff encrusted by frost in the other, of icy silvery hair. You see the arcane devastator Arenia over here. Bryn, you had a close run-in with this one before.
Yeah.
You see on her side a tall, handsome, powerful, armored artificer / mage individual with many magical sort of empowerments and glyphs of protection upon them, with a shield in one hand and what looks to be a arcane fist device on the other, as he's sort of approaching slowly and looking around, intensity to his eyes as he's surveying the area. And amongst them, a red demoness of ashen hair, exiting out, her eyes blazing with moving flames as she sort of inspects the space. You see as she sort of looks back, inspects the space, doesn't notice anyone. Excellent there. Natural 20, that 24 and a 27, absolutely clutching it there in the stealth. She inspects the area briefly, doesn't notice anyone, says, just like that, huh? All right. This is adamantium, big chunk of it too. It'll take a long time, even for the Dragroloth and the Barglora to work on through. Kenneth, my dear, do you mind putting some pressure to the stone as well to expedite this? He looks to her and says, of course, my love, and turns back to start moving towards this stone. He stops, walks in the space, as Ash begins to sort of draw a knife at her side, and Arenia kind of looks over like, what the hell is this? She begins to hold an ice spell in her hand. As on the other side of this battlefield, in the bottom right, another group begins to emerge. Surrounded by an entourage of draconic demon monsters of white and black scales. We see approaching 3 individuals. One, previously decapitated, massive black-furred minotaur with flaming scimitars who's roaring and holding his blades forward, his muscles tensing along the neck. A giant barbarian that approaches. Next to him, a turtle with a strange spiked black shell with infernal writings on it. We see this individual, a blue circlet around his neck, and it doesn't quite fit his vibe that glows with magical lights. Very similar to the one that, Roxy, you have in your possession. Or remind me, did you give it to Thea?
So that necklace was given to a demon in the Underdark to spare me from dying. It was the last thing his sister ever gave him, and he gave it up so I wouldn't die.
Okay. Yeah,
I think that.
No, I meant right. Yes. Sorry. I thought
So,
the one that you
yeah.
showed to her before. Gotcha.
I told her that he held it for so long, but he had to give it up, and that's what he was.
Gotcha.
So I think I'm gonna try to get that shit from that.
You same exact one. You look at it, it's the same exact one. And then behind them, a smiling tabaxi woman, big smile on her face, just looking around like, what's going on? What are we doing here? Right? Just kind of like a little confused about the situation, looking around. But then you see her immediately like get bored and start looking around like, ooh, shiny pebble, and picks it up off the ground and looks at it. Meteor, ow! And then she burns herself holding it, right? As they stop and immediately begin to sort of like engage each other. You see stepping forth in this group, wielding a insane looking fucking maul that is shaped like a deaf head of like a black skull type of thing. This turtle steps on up, scowls, and looks on out. This, by the way, turtle looks like the most fucking metal person you've ever seen in your life. I'm gonna put it in the art Taldore. This is the person that steps forward, this turtle individual. Crazy. This is, you could not make someone a more villain than this guy, right? This is the absolute, like, you see like a symbols of death on him immediately. We don't have any like clerics in the party, but easily enough, you guys see the symbols of like Tiamat marked across him. He steps forward and says, "Red path. You show your cowardly, thieving faces once more. The crucible, the artifact from the Queen's very own hoard. You stole. You will return." Ash steps forward and says, "My, oh my, how elegantly spoken for a weird turtle monster that you are. Do tell, in this version of the story where we give it back, do you and I become intimate friends as well? Do we make any deeper connections?" The turtle, like, scowls immediately. Kai in the back, the tabaxi goes like, "That'd be nice," right? As the Minotaur like roars as well. As Ash says, "Listen here, you weird little demon man. Not only are we not giving anything back to you, after all, we do need it more than your queen's dusty old hoard sitting there unused forever. We have greater ambitions than that. So, unfortunately, if you do keep insisting, I'm gonna have to let my friends here do something very nasty to you and your little posse here." The turtle looks back, says, "Very well. We were hoping you weren't interested in negotiations." He looks over to the Minotaur, says, and looks over to the Tabaxi, says, "Torogar, Kai, show them what happens to those who steal from our queen." Toragard says, "My pleasure!" Throws himself into a rage and goes to like charge forward. Kai is sitting on the floor and arranging rocks, and she looks over like, "Huh?" As he looks, the turtle looks to her and says, "Kai, focus!" Points over to the white-haired woman, like the icy-haired woman, says, "That one. Make sure they can't fight." She's like, "Oh, okay." She moves and teleports. She disappears. When this happens, Sky, you who are an incredibly dexterous individual, super fast, super speedy, no one's like most people can't react as fast as you do. You have the similar sort of dexterity of this individual, but your perception is unable to keep up with them at all. Bryn, someone who is incredibly perceptive, who can see everything that is going on. You see this person not teleport, but in a single movement, move almost 300 feet as they sprint in the direction and start like running around the battlefield like a crazy person. But your body is unable to react like that fast. You even like, point to what's happening. It's only Roxy, who's both incredibly dexterous and incredibly perceptive, that you're able to see that, like, oh my god, she moves like 300 feet. You see her like go into a stance and then move. You heard that some tabaxi can like double their movement, but that is still ridiculous how fast she just moved, right? Her body catches fire. She hurts herself when she moves, right? You see her body begin to like burn when she starts like moving, and she runs over there as Arenia, this frostmaiden, goes like, "Oh, cute, a cat." She goes flying sideways mid-conversation and is like juggled in the air 4 times before like sort of is shot off to the side as she takes such minimal amounts of damage, but it happens like so fast where Bryn and Roxy, you see her hit Arenia like 7 times in less than a second as her limbs are like on fire as the cat lady's now rolling on the floor like having almost caught fire as the battle begins. Do you guys just sit and observe, or do you decide to join in? As the ape demon on the Asher side jumps across the battlefield, the Minotaur jumps to fight the ape demon, the turtle in the back starts casting some cleric spells. You begin to notice. The monk is running around, this cat lady monk is running around punching. Kaneth is running up and smacking into these like white scaled demon dragon things. The black dragon demon things are fighting these like weird frog demons or whatever. There's a full like chaos battle going on. How long do you guys want to wait like a round by round? I can give you like a round by round report on what is happening. Or you can decide to be like, wait, we jump in, right? But keep in mind, as soon as one of you acts, they're going to be like, huh? And then notice there's like a third party, something going on, right?
What's happening here, guys?
I kind of want to wait till like everybody's involved in the fight, and then I want to single out Ash.
Okay. Gotcha. What about the rest of you guys? This as players, you guys can decide. Like, what do we just like wait turn by turn, see what happens? These are all heavy swingers, right? They are all not heavy swingers. Sorry, heavy hitters. That's a different thing. But they are all like dangerous individuals. There could be casualties from round to round, right? Based on what you can tell, the strongest people on the field right now are Kaneth, this giant, like, steel fortress of a man, like, armored and protected with magics. Every time he hits someone, that person goes flying back, like, 20, 30 feet, right? Due to his, like, strange, like, magical gauntlet that he has. The most dangerous on the side of the Archon crew, Kai is incredibly skilled. She's probably like one of the most like dangerous monks you've seen, but she only makes non-lethal attacks. And like she does very minimal damage. She just like pokes people and makes them like lose concentration very easily on spells and such, which makes her like very annoying to deal with. And when she's not like attacking people, the most dangerous person on Archon's team is Toragard, this barbarian, because he's already very like tanky and tough, and then he rages, and then he's double that amount, right? So, what Jess is saying, like, yeah, wait around to see when we can like catch Ash by herself. What about the rest of you guys?
What's the deal with this turtle dude? Is he super powerful?
He is casting death spells. He's a death cleric. You quickly realize he's casting like death spells. So every time a smaller demon dies, he like siphons it and gives the health of it to one of his allies.
Oh god.
Mhm.
If
I'm for waiting around.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some of those for the slow poison. I want to put it on. How many arrows can I put on for one vial?
I will say the potency of them does fade after a minute. So after 10 rounds will go by, they will stop working. The poisons, right?
Okay,
So being
alright.
exposed. You can once per round, you can apply to poison, apply to poison, apply to poison, right? Because it's an action to apply it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until it looks like we're about to go in there, and then I will apply it. How many arrows can I apply it to?
So you can apply it to as an action to 3 pieces of ammunition.
Okay.
Okay.
On the round we're waiting, can I cast fly on myself?
Fly, I believe, has verbal components. I might need
It
another
does?
stealth roll from you.
Oh, well, shit.
Because you have to do like the Power Rangers thing where you grab your belt or like you grab your like the side of the helmet in this case, right? You speak the magic words and then boom, it happens, right? So the item like releases the spell. It's not like a silent thing. Yeah? Although I will say, if you guys had a sorcerer in the party, they could like a subtle spell put the magic in it, right? And then you can silently cast it.
Oh, dang.
Not
But
this
oh well.
Verbal semantic.
Not this
and
party.
material.
Yeah, in this case, you would be like alafati runda lafata, and then you fly up into the air, right? So
Okay.
yeah.
You
Okay,
could-
maybe not.
Fucking Saruman yelling atop of his tower, yeah.
I would say just hold the action until ready to engage.
Okay, you're just readying to tap the helmet and go.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, gotcha. Bryn Bebo looks at you and says, let me at him.
so, if it's Kenneth, right?
This is Kenneth over here. This fellow, this tall, handsome slab of armor. He is, let me see, I've shown you guys the art of him before. Off the red path, he is number 1, and he is Steel Fortress. That's what he looks like. Big armored guy. Mage, by the way, apparently.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember that part.
You guys sort of look at him. Yeah, you look at
Oh,
him.
we stole his shit.
all of you gotta get get a feeling of like multi-class for sure, right? So what are we gonna do here? What's gonna happen?
Just
Kazan
remember, he
asks,
failed my suggestion spell.
That's
Kaz-
right.
Kazan asks Sky, if he starts getting injured, do you want me to pull him over here and dispel magic his curse or his thing if I can?
Last time we did that, she killed Jormund, and I don't know if Bryn could bring him back if he did that, but
I mean, I've got 2 of these, and Bryn pulled out the diamonds. Borrow one of them back, we could do it again.
if that is the case, then if you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it. And
You owe me 300 gold if I do, but
I know.
Gives a
And,
stack, you're fine.
She'll point over to the girl as well, and that there is grab her as well. That would be appreciated.
you know, the
You
offer
see,
is only for
currently
20.
she's being surrounded by Kai. She's getting hit by minimal damage, but she has a spell on. You guys realize she has fire shield on, and there's ice
Yeah.
damage hitting this monk every time. She's like, ah, like holding her hands every time she hits her.
So I guess Casimir will monitor the situation until we act, and if he has to pull either the girl, I don't know her name, or Kenneth out, Irenia or Kenneth out, he will.
Excellent. Have we seen the art for Arenia before? Yes, we have. The Arcane Devastator of the party. Ice Lady. Ice Lady. Alright. I mean, you know, so much has happened, but you look at Sky and you look at this other person, very similar age. They look very similar age. Obviously, Sky's been through a lot more shit. But same sort of posturing, similar sort of like arrogance as well, a little bit when they speak, right? So, yeah, similar vibes-ish.
They are, surprisingly, for not actually being blood related, but having been raised together, weirdly identical.
All right. So, we're observing. Yes, we're observing, and I'm narrating round to round what happens, and then you guys decide, like, fucking Avengers jump in when you're ready. Yes?
Yeah, and I will my attack. I will slow hit the turtle. I don't know which one it is. Is it this one?
The what?
The turtle.
Oh
The
yeah, he's
turtle.
a turtle man. Like
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah,
Meh.
I will hit him with the slow arrow once we're about to go in.
Slow arrow. Gotcha.
Because
Gotcha.
if I get him before we all go in, I get my ambush, my
Hey,
assassinate.
correct.
So
Absolutely do. Now, I'm gonna. Sorry. When you decide to do that, I'm gonna ask you to be rolling a stealth roll additionally because your ambushing ability is fantastic. However, he's already in combat. He's expecting all kinds of wild, unpredictable things to happen, right? To get your assassinate ability on him, I will need a stealth roll on your, like, when you go to make the attack.
Okay.
Because, right, he's fighting already. He's expecting wild shit to happen, just not from fucking behind him, right? So while it'll be a sneak attack, might not be an ambushing assassinate. I have full trust in your crazy stealth abilities, though. Okay. Round 1. You guys watch as this battle begins. Both of the sides unleash their sort of like frontline brawlers into the fray, right? You watch as the battle begins. Sorry, not the right music there. Boom. The hellish forces face each other. Leaping through the battlefield, over here and over here are Toragar and this Bargura. They jump on each other. The giant monkey demon grabs the Minotaur, who begins to rage and tries to throw this thing off. They stab each other, punch each other. They're not equally matched. The Minotaur seems stronger, but the monkey demon is very much so capable of keeping this thing busy. Ash waves her hands. 2 more portals open, and 2 more of these monkey demons rush on out onto the battlefield, surrounding the Minotaur. The ice dragon devils rush on in, while the black dragon devils flank off to the sides and go for this strange insectoid creature, which, by the way, is wild. This thing you're looking at is a nonsensical dice demon is the only thing I can associate it to. It is a 3-sided demon with multiple arms that its main attacking move is sort of like spinning in place with like claws flying in every direction. So that guy starts fighting those dudes. These guys, similar idea, are flanking off to the side with a double dash action. These weird like frog lizard demons. Cruel moves over here, this turtle man over here, which you will hear himself, like, he gets referred to by others. They talk to him. His name is Cruel. Not Archon the Cruel, but his name is Cruel, which is, you guys are like, what? That's his, okay. As he sort of moves offset. Kai, with 300 movement, does some insane shit over here where she, like, runs through all the bad guys and hits all of them, like, once. Every time she does, she taps them, and they are unable to, like, make an attack against her. Those of you who are roguish and a little more dexterous in the party might recognize a mobile feat when you see one. She ends up over here fighting Arenia, who's trying to blast her with spells, but is having a hard time sort of tracking her down. Ash takes to the air. She flies 30 feet into the air after summoning those demon monsters. She's all the way up there. Kenneth walks on up to one of these creatures. They jump onto him. A black-scaled dragon devil scratches him a bunch of time, doesn't connect any time. Kenneth grabs him by the face, squeezes, and the demon's head just, boom, explodes off of his body. One of the sort of black-scaled demons is gone. As Kenneth continues to march further on in this way. He's big and armored, doesn't seem too fast. He's just sort of like Terminator walking through the battlefield. Excellent. That is most of the first round, except Cruel over here conjures a spell, throws it at one of these like frog demons, killing them, whatever he did to him. As soon as the creature dies, he casts another spell, drawing the life from this demon, throwing it to the giant barbarian, healing him back up from all the damage he took from fighting these like monkey monsters. That's round 1. Are we acting after round 1?
I say, I mean, we let them get a little bit like beat up.
Yeah, I say give it like a couple more rounds just to see.
Can
Okay.
we see the page?
No, it's presumably in the meteor.
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
meteor.
When
yeah.
when they first arrived, Ash said, like, get to work on it. We gotta pry that thing open. And you guys look at this thing like, adamantium fell from the sky. Where did we see that before?
Oh, I was thinking about that earlier too. I was like, we should tell Vasile about that, but I don't know how the group would accept it. So
Okay, excellent. That's the first round. I don't think you have anyone acting. We're just all spectating still. This
I'd
is.
like to
It feels.
unsummon my echo.
Oh, unsummon echo. I just put it there on the map because I figured you would have it around. But if you don't want it to be there, you can just delete it. Totally fine.
I think it will be better if I not have it.
Gotcha. As you continue to watch, this is the weird part of D&D where it's like, go on, DM, make your bad guys fight your bad guys. You guys are just watching me play with dolls. Excellent. Round 2. The 3 white-scaled dragon demons kill one of the monkeys and then move further, flying on up to attack Ash up in the air. Torgar, over here, by himself, kills another one of the monkeys. However, the last monkey manages to injure him pretty decently and knock him down to the ground. These monkeys are extremely strong. He's a raging barbarian, but bad luck can happen, and that's what happens. Next up, Kenneth over here walks to this one, squeezes the head of this other one, pretty much like punches it through the back, and obliterates it. As this spinning demon thing goes, the spinning bug thing goes after Kai. It swings every time. Kai multiplies. There's a bunch of like images of her, like after images of her moving, and this thing is unable to hit her. As she's doing this, and you guys are observing, all of you proficient with Arcana in the party see that Kai has a cloak that makes her blurry and displaced, making her very hard to hit in combat. I'm talking about a cloak of displacement, just if it wasn't clear. As this thing attacks her but is unable to hit her, Arenia looks to her, says, let's see how this works. Holds her hand out. Kai tries to make a con save. Not the best at con saves, and she instantly turns into an ice statue, becomes like petrified in a moment. As Arenia turns back like, ow, my neck, man, hit me so many fucking times, as she starts walking on into this fight, having sort of petrified Kai over here. Or restrained at the moment, but you guys recognize the Flesh to Stone spell that she just cast, or Flesh to Ice in this case. Cruel back here, as Arenia's walking, like, not too bad by me. Arenia turns over, Cruel gets on all fours, his mouth unhinges, and a Finger of Death spell shoots at Arenia. As it hits her in the chest, she falls to the ground, doesn't die, takes a significant amount of damage, but a Armor of Agatha spell protects her. A decent amount of the spell is fully gone, destroyed, and such. Yeah, she had a lot of like protection ice spells on her, but it is enough to get rid of most of those now. Having hurt her hard enough, she can't make the con save here. Kai is freed from the spell. She aka loses concentration. Most of their turns go by as we have. That's most of them. Ash looks down to the situation going on. She looks to Torgar, says, "Come on now, mindless monster. Work for me, love me, die for me, kill for me." And her words are sort of like accelerating, and we see her eyes flash green, and Torgar down here, his eyes flash red and then white and then blue as he shakes his head as her like dominate spell, her succubus charm, doesn't work on him. As those of you martial fighters here, the gunslinger and the Echo Knight, you guys look over like, he's a berserker barbarian, can't charm that guy, can't frighten that guy, let's not try that in the future, right? As he just roars loudly, as Ash sort of looked like frustrated at that. These little like weird frog things run on up here, tackle and fight Cruel, inflicting some damage to him, but not enough to bloody him yet. That's the end of round 2. Anything else?
Cass, I got a very terrible idea. Would you entertain me?
What you got?
can you drop me right beside Kai over there? Not that Kai, but
Kai, that's a Kai, but this is
that
Kenneth
Kai.
over there. Yes.
Okay.
Is that a wise idea?
Mine never are, but I got a plan.
And what's your plan right now?
Well,
It's happening while in the background we're like
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom going on.
I am willing to bet I can snap him out of his thing long enough to not have to worry about him being on the field for us.
Are you absolutely certain?
If it was a certainty, I would say do it, but that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Try
Well-
to break him here. She's saying if you send her there, it's a guarantee.
At the very least, I could probably do something to let you pull him over here. I could throw him for a little bit of a loop.
Say that one more time.
I said I could probably throw him for a bit of a loop that would give you the advantage you need to get him over here.
Casimir sounds pretty confident that he can get him over here, whether he likes it or not.
If you think you can.
Okay, I'll bring
Divination
him.
visit.
I'll bring him here.
All right.
But in order to do it, I gotta take a 5-foot step forward.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because
You step on a branch, everyone looks that way.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm gonna get ready to shoot Ash.
Okay, you leveled a new rifle, aiming at her here. Okay, Casimir, you take a step forward.
Everyone
As
got
you
my
can
back?
see, you are sort of like exiting the clearing there. To pull this off without anyone realizing what just happened, I'm gonna need another stealth roll.
Wait a minute, before you do that, I'm shooting then because I don't want them to buck up my stealth thing and then I can't do my
Okay,
thing.
I
'Cause then-
think.
I mean, just means we're all going.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I don't-
I
are
think that
we?
means we're just going here, right? Because you can't pull it off without them being like, What happened to Kenneth? Where did he go?" Right? It's gonna be hard to pull that off. So instead, what I'm gonna ask at this point is initiative from all of you guys. You are joining at the third round on initiative. I'm gonna at this point roll initiative for everyone on the field, and you guys will act when your initiatives say so. Casimir, was there any
Yeah, I would say
D8 initiatives
earlier I would have done to myself because I know this is gonna be important.
to your on just to yourself?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Friends, I will mention here. Rather than begin this battle, we're gonna roll initiatives here and pause for tonight.
Come
So,
on.
if I don't, this could be like a long, like an hour, 2 hours
see.
thing. I don't know how long this could go. Right? Currently, everyone on the field is enemies with everyone on the field. Right? So there's no friends here. There's okay. Well, that's not true. Kai
come
and
on.
Bella are best friends, so that's fine.
This'll
But
be-
other than that.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Emily, do you have to go to bed right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
The way you said it, like, yeah, fuck yes. All right. No worries. Hey, we continue next time as planned, but for now, let's see some initiatives. Ooh, I'm gonna add that 7 to your initiative there, Casimir.
Man,
Very good.
Casimir is like, I'm going first.
27. My
Mackerel.
God.
I feel like we should feel ashamed, Roxy. We lost to the wizard.
You guys, oof,
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
Plus 13 from Roxy. Hey, quick mention, because we're already
lost to
here,
me,
if you
too.
guys want to use your inspirations
oh, yeah,
to
you know
reroll
what? Fuck that, I
initiatives.
am.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Heh.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
There
Redeem
it
one of
is.
us.
Oh man, it was worse.
Braden went
No,
to the abyss.
Brid.
Initiative abyss. All right.
I mean, I'll use it. It can't get much better than what I rolled. Oh, maybe it can get better.
It can. Oh my God, it can get better. Holy shit! Incredible. Here are the initiatives for the baddies. Okay. First of all, we go with these. For the bad guys, by the way, I'm not gonna run every single type of bad guy. These minions, by the way, I'm not gonna run all of them like individually. Blah blah blah. Instead, I'm gonna roll for one of these Abishai monsters, these dragon devils, and they're going to be all of them going on the same turn, right? They got 13, respectable. Next up, all of the, and that's going to be all the like minions, monster, devil things on Archon's forces side. Next up, this big monkey demon, this Barlgura, is represent all the bad guys, all the bad guy minions on the red path side. 7, even slower. That's good. Next up, we have individual initiatives. So we're going to start with Torogar. Torogar has advantage on his initiative, being a high-level barbarian. He has something called where is it? It's somewhere in his character sheet. Barbarians get an ability basically to like roll initiative with advantage. He got a 14. That's all right. Next up, we're gonna go with Cruel. Cruel is a cleric. Jesus, Cruel. Cruel the cleric gets a natural 20 and goes on a 22.14. Okay. Wow. I think he beats Bella by 0.04. Wild. Okay, next up, we go with Kai. Kai uses an NPC character sheet. However, in addition to whatever I roll here, she adds an additional +5 to her roll. Oh, I rolled in secret. She got a 25.24 plus a 5. She's rocking a 30.24.
Fuck, man.
That's a
Sorry,
very
Bella,
high roll.
Sorry, Bella, she's gotta die.
No.
I rolled
Come
in
on.
secret. Let me
She's so
remove
So
that.
innocent.
adorable.
Yeah, she's amazing.
How could
Her
you
hands
do
are like all
that?
frosted. She's freaking out. Where's her character sheet?
We can
Let
get through
me
to her for
enable.
sure.
I think this is a point of pride just for Roxy of like, that bitch rolled higher initiative than me. That's not gonna work.
She could be our
excellent.
second Unzu, just saying.
I mean, she's frozen, so all it'll take is one fucking little swing of a
Oh,
fucking.
she's unfrozen.
She's unfrozen. Arenia was concentrating on her being frozen, but then Cruel shot Arenia with like a Finger of Death spell, and Arenia lost concentration, so she's free now.
That's not good.
Let's see here. Next up, we got the red path. We have the Arcane Devastator Arenia going first. 14-14. Okay. Next up, we have Caneth, the Steel Fortress. 8. Very slow on him. Unlucky roll there. And finally, the ringleader of it all, the Mistress of Malice, the Singstress of Sorrow. We have Ash. 11.18, very low for Ash. That's good news. Okay, initiative looks like that. We're gonna take this initiative next time. The reason I don't want us to go into this is, if you guys take a look at the initiative and see like fucking 30 people in it right now, right? Rather than going to what is gonna be like a big combat, right? We're gonna leave it right there. Next session, we pick up, no warm-up, no nothing. We're jumping in, initiative, murder, non-lethal, whatever you guys are doing, do it, right? So yes,
Please don't.
that
Family.
is where we end the session for tonight. Thank you all so much for playing. What a blast it is to be rolling dice with you all again. We're done with the downtime, done with the looting and everything. We're back to adventure, and we have a bunch of quests and locations we want to discover. Some of our, backstory things that we want to explore. Some maybe things we have to discover more things about and then go explore them. Thing about these pages and this being a book of Vecna's power and such is that a lot of it is mystery, and not everyone is telling us what we want to know. We could use some inside information. There's plenty of ways we can do that. But I'm always very excited about you guys doing it and me finding out on the spot what devious plans you have for me. Because boy, oh boy, do I have a lot of them for you. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Irene is gonna be just holding up Bryn's research, but like, look what I have.
Ah,
Out of all people, and I rolled for it to be Bella to run into this like super
I
friendly
know,
cat
man.
lady. Amazing, beautiful. Just two well-meaning people meeting each other in a strange land.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed that. It was good.
Incredible. That's gonna be immediate like start of combat, like, hey, hi, right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah. And we find out this little cat lady is sort of adopted-ish, right? By a very dangerous fucking individual, but they are very much so unaware of what's going on. They're just here for the fun of it. But next time, fun is no more, as we're gonna have to do some combat. Bryn, I'm letting you know, Torgar sees you. It's on sight.
Oh, no.
Immediately,
Oh, no.
You fucker!
I
Right?
don't know
Immediately.
polymorph this time.
Yeah.
You
So
saved my family.
fucking turn me to a cow. All right. So yes, good times. Archon is not here, which is great news because that's a big factor, right? There's a reason these guys last time were like, "Fuck this, we don't have everyone around. We're getting the fuck out of here. We're not fighting this guy," right? But I will tell you right now what you're seeing on the battlefield. The intentions of movement is everyone's intending on fighting. Ash is trying to open like more portals and stuff. Kenneth is charging up his fist and approaching the big meteor. We'll deal with all that next time.
Oh.
Thank you all so much for playing. GG's. You do not level up, but we're working on it. So until then, is everyone good for Jorhas Thursday as of now?
Yes.
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 All right.
That's
Very
gonna
good.
be an
Jen?
awkward time of like, hey guys.
Okay. All right. Yes. Next time we are traveling over to Asarius to find out what's happening in the City of Beasts and such. We did the quest. We did everything. We're returning back. So yes, exciting stuff ahead. I'm gonna bounce. It is million degrees over here. I'm gonna go open all the windows and let the morning fresh air in. And I got some stuff to get to as it's a busy day over here. But until then, yeah, GG's everyone, and good night from me.
Night.
Bye guys.
Have
Night,
a
everyone.
good one, everyone. Peace.
Hey everyone, thanks for hanging out on our craziness stuff. We got a spawn happening in about 20 seconds. I'm gonna wait to raid until that's over. I'm gonna find somebody to raid though. Who do we got? Who do we got that's live?
Who's that Pokemon?
We've got a Hatterum. Cookie check. I have it already. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. I super appreciate it. We love our D&D sessions here. I hope you all have an amazing week. Those of you who are following up on the Squish updates, she is awake. Family has visited her. And when she's ready to reach out, she will, or we'll see what happens from there. Do appreciate you all. And we'll be back on Thursday for the Wild Mount campaign, and then maybe tomorrow I'll try and stream some PCG, maybe some Palia with Chicken Burrito or Whack-A-J or Fortnite or something. I don't know. My week's gonna be kind of hectic. Hey, you too, Zero. Thank you. You have a great week, man. All right. And we're gonna do something a little different here, partner. Love you, bud. We're gonna raid out to another D&D stream. 2B Dice Adventures. I've been following them for a little bit. They don't do Pokemon, unfortunately, but they do D&D stuff, and I enjoy them. So you all have a lovely evening, lovely week, and thanks again. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, Zero. Raid 1. There we go. Oh, I need to update that one. Yeah, alright. So, well, let's do that. Copy. Thanks, Zero. Okay, alright. Good night, everyone. Alright, here we go.
Sadly, we can't have it all. except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips.
I'm making a piggy bank so I can be inspired to save.